and that is why we're going to come out here and correct them. The meaning of Coroner Inquest is a panel of inquiry to show the cause of death, the reasons for death, the time of death, and what are the conditions, what were the factors that caused the death of an individual, investigations, inquiries, inquisitions into the death of an individual. That is what a coroner inquest is meant for, and not for show of paternity. So when you see someone now questioning that, we should not be scared of stupidity. Thank you. So I would have loved to go through. Now let me, before I proceed there, I was listening to the mad scientist, and the mad scientist actually thought that SOS is a kind of I've forgotten the word. It's a medical word. I think Don Dada said it's narcotics. Yes, narcotics. He was classifying SOS as a narcotic. Permit me to just give the mad scientist his drug. I'm sorry, I'm going to do that now. So let me switch to my camera. Sorry, I have so many mirrors here, so I have to switch off the mirror I have here. So please, the SOS they are actually talking about is actually a detoxifier. You can see it. Let me open it. In Nigeria, if you want to buy this at MedPlus, that's one of the best. Hold on, please. It's actually loading. I don't know why my internet here is. My internet is kind of wobbly. Okay, good. So the drug actually is about 63,000 naira at MedPlus. That's the price, and this is the bottle of SOS. You can see it's very well. It is a detoxifier. It is sold at MedPlus. So I wonder why a mad scientist was categorizing it as a narcotic. When you listen to him, I said, speaking well does not mean you can't look stupid. Speaking well doesn't mean you are literate. Speaking well, good English, doesn't show that you are intelligent. The likes of Papriano and Asoko, or so many of them, they speak quite well, but the level of stupidity that comes out of their mouth is quite infectious. So, what else did I hear from him this evening? He talked about SOS. Now, the likes of African TV and all those that went to that inquest today from Papriano's team. Papriano was right to have corrected them. Autopsy is done locally. Toxicology is what? You taking the internal organs for examination. The word toxicology, it comes from Latin origin. Toxins. Toxins also means in English poison. Toxins, ecology means study. Toxicology, study of poison. That's the meaning of toxicology. A stupid person there was just going on and on. Why did they do the names they are saying here are people in Nigeria? Why did they not do the autopsy in abroad? I'm just like, are you serious? Autopsy was meant to be done here. Then samples of the internal organs had to be taken abroad. And what they took abroad is what they complained about, that it had undergone some level of decomposition that you can't ascertain the level of toxicity. That means it was inconclusive, and there was level of uncertainty. We're still going to go there. We're still going to go there. Now let us just we're gonna go right into should I talk about Prime Boy's own? Let me pick Prime Boy's statements because people thought we never had the representatives there. Sorry to disappoint you. We had two from this platform. We had two people actually at the inquest today, whose names we are not going to disclose. Most of these things that Prime Boy said had already been said, so let me just make a recap. Prime Boy said Mohbad asked Wunmi on the day of the show that he's not the father of Liam, that Wunmi's family wants all his properties, blah blah blah. He said that Mohbad, he wasn't there when Mohbad hit his hand on the glass, that he didn't know about anything, that he wasn't there, that Mohbad never hit his hand on the glass. He said he was trying to settle the fight going on between Wunmi and Mohbad, that he was only trying to settle their fight. He also said he told Mohbad not to marry Wunmi. I had the summary of the person. I'm reading from the person's jotter, so please just bear with me. That's why I said I don't really want to go into it. Most of it has been said online, and that is why they were jubilating, but it had some conflicting issues with that of spending. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This person's jotting, the handwriting looks somehow, so I'm actually reading. Okay, he said Mohbad was the one that pursued him from the jeep when he was trying to settle the fights going on between Mohbad and Wunmi. I hope people are taking notes of this. I don't want to dwell most on of his points because I'm not going to rebut them because they have been rebutted by Spending himself. They said the fight started because of one girl, one of his exes, that he's still cheating on her with the girl. That was the conversation they were having between the Third Milan Bridge towards the show. And he said that Mohbad and Wunmi were really fighting inside the car before Mohbad stepped on the stage. That they got there earlier than when Mohbad was to perform. Both of them were left inside the car, and they were having this discussion. But they were outside, so he could eavesdrop, and he knew that they were still quarreling because of the girl. He said Mohbad did not have any injury from the show. And this person said, made an asterisk comment that this is contrary to what Spending said, that Mohbad punched the glass and got an injury. He said they were both inside the car before he went to the stage. He was maintaining that Mohbad did not have any injury from the show. Okay. So he now said after the show that he called Wunmi. He wanted to come and pick up his bag containing a camera of his manager and also a bag of his that had his passports. The person wrote down that Prime Boy was very rude while talking, and he was talking like a spoiled brat. He also said that Prime Boy said he didn't see any blood, there was no injury, he didn't cite any injury at all. He now said Wunmi was calling him. Hold on, please. Please just pause. I'll be back shortly.
Ejo, why that? Please, let's power tap, please, Ejo. Ejo, I'm going to 200k, Mr. Dawah today. 317, please, Ejo.
And also, Ejo, please, let's allow Mr. Dawah go at least 80% into his analysis before we interject or ask questions. And if we have anyone with questions, whether on the panel or in the comment section, especially for the panelists, please just drop a comment in the comment section. You can say hi or I have a comment. And when I say you can go, then I'll call your name, please, so we can make it a bit organized.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so Prime Boy also said he was a music artist too, and that he had never collected money from Mohbad before. He said he was lying when he said that Wunmi was calling him not to make a testimony in court. He said his testimony, his written oaths, that he lied around then. He lied in the written oaths that Wunmi was calling him not to make any testimony in court. He said he has never collected money from Mohbad before. He was saying that there's a CCTV in the house. That there's a CCTV in the house, and hold on. There's a major reason I didn't want to go through this. Okay, that is CCTV in the house, and he made mention of why he knew about the CCTV working was that there was a time that Bella's mother was was almost attacked in his own house. So Bella actually installed CCTV in his, and Mo decided to do his own in the house with cameras, and 3 weeks later, Mo told him that he had installed it and it is working. Okay, so let's go. Sorry, this person's handwriting is very okay. He also said it was when Wunmi got pregnant that Mohbad started fighting very well, that they started fighting a lot. He also confirmed that he was at the police station. He was detained at the police station, Panti, for 3 months. He kept on saying that Mohbad and Wunmi were always fighting. And he's surprised that the CCTV was not working. He also said that there was no nurse that attended to Mohbad, that there was no injury at all. Please listen again. He's saying that there was no nurse at all and that there was no injury. He said Mohbad was fine after he left the show. And he said that the death of Mohbad looks very suspicious, that it doesn't look natural. And Prime Boy thinks the death is from Wunmi because they were fighting. Prime Boy sounded very direct. His speeches looked something rehearsed because he didn't forget any words. They asked him about the fight. He said what he saw was just a little scratch. Prime Boy also talked about the pregnancy of Wunmi, that it was just from one single copulation, one single knacking. That that was also said while they were fighting, that you only got pregnant after I had sex with you once, and that he's not sure he's the father of the child. That Mohbad actually said this during the show, and that is after the show. The person also jotted that the magistrate is not allowing Sanshitu to proceed concerning the paternity of the child, that this is not what the Coroner inquest is all about, that it is what concerns the death of Mohbad they're actually talking about. Then the lawyer of Wunmi questioned Mohbad and raised an issue concerning the fight at Darusha's house, but it was actually quietened by the judge. Before it was quietened, Darush saying that's a lie, that nothing like that happened, and people in the courtroom were actually saying, wait, there was an opera then, like, waiting at the talk now, waiting at the talk. Now, Feinberg was still insisting that there was no injury and there was no nurse. Okay. Then lastly, that was the end of this thing, and the person proceeded to the announcement of the autopsy and toxicology, which I'm going to treat very well. I hope we can listen very well. Duke Aloba, is my audio very okay?
Yeah, your audio is very okay.
Okay, so now let's shoot. Now the autopsy results, there was actually a projector stand that was erected before the court started. Now we had a representative from lawsuits, Professor Shokunle Shoyemi, who was addressing the courts concerning the autopsy and toxicology results. A question was actually raised that somebody was asking if Wunmi was neglect of. That was before the talk of the professor, I think. So that Wunmi was neglect of care for Mohbad. Well, Nadem Sabi. If you say she was neglect of the care, this was somebody that was insisting her husband goes to the hospital. Somebody that went to be banging the gates of neighbors that ensured that a neighbor came and they rushed him to the hospital. Somebody that ensured that I don't suspect that this guy died out of natural causes. You have to do a traditional rites on him. Somebody that was cooking but still going up and down, still taking care of a 5-month-old baby, taking care of a wounded husband, and somebody who insisted and fought with her husband because he was not concerned about his career. Why did I say this about his career? He just released an album, and this was his first major gig, and he was fighting in public. Should he have been doing that, he could have also injured their son, who was in that Jeep. How would his new fans take him as? What would they take him as? That was the fight. I would rather call it arguments. Now let us continue. Now, Professor Shokunle Shoyemi, he's from lawsuits. They made the first things he talked about were the external features, the external examinations they had during the autopsy. Please let us listen carefully. So this is a correction to people that think that there was no toxicology being read. The toxicology results were read, and it will soon be given to the lawyers. The CTC of today too, by God's grace, will try to also get that one too, so that and the classified Dawah would also read it if need be. The preliminary, the external examinations of his body, the pictures of Mohbad's body, his organs that were removed, the body examinations where external features his hand, the injury on his arm, his legs, the neck area, they were all shown to the public. Baba couldn't wait to see such. I don't blame him for that, so we don't have to, no parent would want to see such gory sights. He had to leave the courtroom while the panel room while this was being done. It was concluded that there was a superficial wound on the forearm of about 1.5 centimeters. A superficial wound means a surface wound. It was not that deep. It was just, I won't call it a scratch. It is more than a scratch because bleeding occurred from the spot, but it was not deep. There was a correction by the professor who said the neck was not broken, but it was bent. The neck was not broken, but it was bent. Also a correction that the legs were not broken, but they were bent. Inside a casket that was not standard enough. It was of the lowest quality. Again, the wound they saw, the only thing they saw on the body was a superficial wound. The neck was bent, the leg was bent, not broken, and the coffin was of the lowest quality. For the toxicology, the cause of death was not ascertained due to high level of decomposition of the body, of the internal organs. Once again, the toxicology results states that it was inconclusive, or the cause of death is not ascertained due to the high decomposition. In his submission, he made us to know that there were some samples. I actually jotted this down. Hold on. Okay, good. He also stated that the injections administered were of the right dosage and not enough to cause death. Please, I'm going to take that again. That the injections administered were of the right dosage and not enough to cause death. Narcotics not present. There were so many grammars that were mentioned there during the reading of the toxicology stuff. But I believe that during the CTC, we should be able to see it there because he was explaining a whole lot of medical pathological terms there. There was no stab wound. There was no stab wound. No, this one is like I am summarizing everything he's saying now. There was no embowelment. I'm summarizing things that were said by the Professor Shokunle Shoyemi. There was no stab wound, no embowelment. The pathologist also made us know that during the course of exhuming his body, 2 large stones were placed on the grave. It took them 3 hours to exhume the body. When they got to where the casket is, there was also a very big stone there. That was from his own experience, that this was the first time he's seen such. He also mentioned that the kind of soil they found on top of the grave was muddy, and people insinuating that there was blood inside the casket when the body was exhumed is actually false. But what they are seeing is just a muddy soil. A muddy soil. In conclusion, the coroner inquest was adjourned to the 26th day of June. 26th day of June. Now, I want to analyze a bit of what I just heard now. Can toxicology of 8 months, 9 days, of a body of 9 days, can it be inconclusive? The answer is yes. I've done my research about this, and there are some deaths, some causes of death that actually causes this. First of all, in cases of electrocution, such a if toxicology is done on such a corpse, it might turn inconclusive. Cardiac dysrhythmias, acute toxicity, when the person takes in cyanide gas or U poisoning. There is also one in which I suspect happened here. Please mind my language. I'm cautious of what I'm saying now. This is my own opinion, my own thoughts of why such a toxicology results can come out being inconclusive. There's a medical term called enterotoxemia. ENTEROTOXAEMIA. This may be evident from gross postmortem examination, but rapid decomposition of the intestines can make diagnosis difficult. It is my own investigation. Like, why would they say a body of just 9 days have a toxicology that is inconclusive? Perhaps the intestines had this issue, and which caused rapid decomposition of them. But what are the factors that could have warranted this decomposition? What are factors that could have warranted this? Number one, you're not going to hear this from most people analyzing, because they only come here on social network to just say from their head. They don't research. What I'm saying now took me time and much effort to do. What are the factors that promote rapid decomposition of a body? The first one is temperature. Temperature. Ikorodu, September 12, around such period, rain has started falling again. If rain is falling, we have high temperatures. High temperatures, because it is the amount of sunlight that happens that evaporates water into the atmosphere. So you have high temperatures. And don't forget that the rain fell in Ikorodu. prior to that day, what was happening? Between the months of August and September, there's always a pause of rain. That's in the southwestern states. You have a pause of rain. So at this period, we have first period of rain, that is between March and June. Then the second period starts around September until when we have a Matan. Factors that aid decomposition. The second one is humidity. Humidity. In high humidity areas, there's high rates of decomposition. Rain was falling that day. There was high level of humidity. It shows that there will be high rates of decomposition, and it would influence adipocere formation. Whereas, if such had happened in areas of the north where we have the arid areas, decomposition is a bit very slow. The next one, a factor that also aids decomposition, is oxygen availability. I would say some things now that you'll find very strange. How deep was the grave of Mohbad? Was it actually 6 feet? Why do you think bodies are actually buried 6 feet? In a place that you have low oxygen, the decomposition will be very, very low. The deeper you go, the slower the decomposition. The shallower the grave, the higher and faster the decomposition. Was Mohbad's grave very deep? I am not making any conclusion, but these are the factors when they intertwine together. Why would this? I'm trying to question myself on why would a toxicology result of an exhumed body of 9 days be inconclusive? Another one is that was the body embalmed before burying? Mohbad was not embalmed. Embalming delays decomposition process. This guy was not embalmed. And one major thing that we should also know that we don't actually know at what point, because at what point did death actually occur? He left the house inside a person's car, driven along the road, taken on an Okada to a hospital, brought in dead. That means air was passing through his nostrils, through his orifices and things like that. Still in that dead form, he was taken again to another hospital. Don't forget that this body was placed in motion. What I'm saying now, ask a medical doctor, ask a pathologist. He was not embalmed, and you buried, and you exhumed. The decomposition will be there. I am a bit disappointed at what happened at the Coroner Inquest today. I don't know why some people were jubilating, but mine is disappointment. Justice for Mohbad, one of the major things I was expecting was the cause of death of this young guy. But somebody has tampered with the evidence and buried this young man horridly. And now we don't have a result. Somebody just tampered with the evidence, buried this young man horridly, and now we don't have a result just because of your stubbornness. Don't bury him. The mother of the child stood in front of the ambulance. Don't bury him. The wife said, don't bury, let's take him let's let Kalorokwi. I want to bury him. Slapan told you, don't bury him, take him to a morgue. I must bury him. And you see where it has brought us to now? I am so disappointed. There are other factors, such as burial. How was he buried? Was the burial site wet? What's the body size? What was the thickness of the clothes of burial? What was the cause of burial? Baba has some questions to answer, but this is left to Wunmi and Mama Mohbad. If you really want to press Baba Josie, if you really want to, because the main thing that Baba said in court today before it began is that no matter what the person hates, he wants justice for his son. What if Baba is guilty? Would he charge himself? That is the question we need to ask Mr. Aloba. And that is why I'm going to put these questions to Wunmi and Mohbad today. Ṣé ẹ lè rán bàbá lọ sẹ́wọ̀n? Tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá ló jẹ̀bi, do you have the nerves to do such? If your answer is yes, I have ways of helping, or I have ways of letting you know what this man is guilty of. He accused you, Wunmi, that when he went upstairs, he saw a pool of blood. The autopsy results that came out said the only...
Please don't give them all those hints. Don't give them all those...
No. It is not a hint. It is telling Wunmi what she should do. It is telling Wunmi what she should do.
Yeah, and I just
think it is telling Wunmi what she should do. Yeah,
I think you can discuss
Wunmi.
That
No, it is not. It is not something Baba can. It's not something Baba can say he doesn't know. Don't worry, I have evidences. Baba said he saw a pool of blood. Does he know that is perjury? Liable to 14 years imprisonment? Does he know? According to the coronary law of Lagos State, let me give you that. Baba used this in zone 2 against Adura. Against Adura. I'm going to read this. Alhamdulillah that Adura and Darusha have been exonerated by the statement of the pathologist that Mohbad was not embalmed.
Yeah.
Mohbad was not embalmed. Yeah, Mohbad Abiamo, your son is still lying in the morgue. There are some people you need to arrest. Your former husband. The coronary law of Lagos State, section 16, states, there shall be no tampering with the body of a deceased person found lying within a coroner's district by way of chemical preservation, dismemberment, or disposal by any form prior to the conduct of a postmortem examination, except by the prior authorization of the medical examiner. Number 1, they said chemical preservation. Salt is a chemical, but the pathologist has said that Mohbad was never embalmed. Darusha and Adura, eku orire o. The second one was dismemberment. The pathologist said that Mohbad's neck was not broken, it was bent. He said that the legs were not broken, but it was what? Bent. Darusha, Mr. Aloba, Pastor Oni Anointing Oil, Iyalolade, congratulations. You have been discharged and acquitted. Lastly, disposal by any form. Disposal by any form. Now, who disposed the body of Mohbad? Is the question here. Now, let us go to the penalty of such offense. I am reading section 16. The penalty of such offense, outside the first one, pool of blood, that one is perjury, 14 years. Pool of blood, 14 years, perjury. Burying of a corpse, that is disposal of a corpse in any form. Let us continue. Section 48, subsection 1. I'm reading. Hold on. I'm scrolling to it. I believe we have mathematics students on the platform. The British B, please let me keep 14 years somewhere. We'll be adding. Section 48, subsection 1. Any person who, 1, carry out chemical preservation, dismemberment, or disposal of the body of a person who died in circumstances requiring the holding of an inquest under this law without the approval of a coroner shall commit an offense and is liable on conviction to 15 years imprisonment with no option of fine. That British babe, 14 plus 15 is how many years?
29.
29. 29. Hold on, no. We also have another one. Hold on, let me quickly. There's a criminal law of Lagos State. If you bury without criminal law of, hold on, no, I'm putting it on Google. Criminal of Lagos State about burying of corpse in unmarked graves. I believe that one is just 6 months. Oh God! But I believe that one is for that. I'll find it out by maybe tomorrow. Okay, I think I have it now. That one is 6 months. We have 29 years already, Abby. We have 29 years already. And I want to actually quote it. I don't want to say it. Okay. It says, the provisions of the law as explicitly enshrined in Section 246 of the Criminal Code Act, Cap 17, Law of the Federation 2004, is hereby reproduced. Any person who, without the consent of the President or the Governor, buries or attempts to bury any corpse in any home, building or premises, yard, garden, compound, or within 100 yards of any dwelling house or any open space, situation within a township, is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 6 months. Oh, how many years? 29 years and 6 months. Yeah, Mohbad. Wunmi, I don't know. Èèyàn tó dájú tó sọ pé kádùrà pé òun mind kádùrà lọ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n tí òun mind kí Darusha lọ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n tí òun mind kí Wunmi ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. ṣé èyí náà lè ṣe ẹni yìí náà máa jẹ̀bi àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ń tì sí yín. Tabawi, they will say Baba was not the one that buried Mohbad. They will say Baba was not the one, that he never mentioned it. Hey, now we are going to go to the CTC. They said, some people might say to pé irọ́ ni Darusha ló ṣe, Darusha ló ra pósí, Darusha ló ṣe kinní kankankan. That it was Darusha. Now, let us remind people, in the CTC you have now, that they called me classified Dawah. You can open your CTC to page 28. We are going there. I've told you I didn't just I have done my research. Page 28. They asked Baba that second to the last question. Okay, not the second to last question. They asked, what do you do for a... This is page 28 of Baba's testimony at the Coroner Inquest. Page 28 of 330. What do you do for a living? Baba, I am a carpenter. Do you remember on the 25th day of October 2023, you deposed to a written deposition on oaths before this court? Do you remember? Baba, yes. Question, if you see the said written documents, can you recognize it? Baba, yes. Question, please take a look at this copy. Baba, reviews documents. Question, is that your written deposition? Baba, yes. Question, look at the signature. Is that your signature? Baba, it is mine. Question, what do you want to do with that document? Baba, I want it to be adopted as my evidence before this court. Again, what do you want to do with that document? Baba, I want it to be adopted as my evidence before this court. Question, my lord, we seek to tender the said written deposition. The court, I believe all parties have been served. The witness deposition dated the 25th of October 2023 is thereby adopted as evidence in the court. So Baba has actually said he has a written deposition dated 25th day of October 2023. Baba has a written deposition and it is used as an evidence. Now, let us go and check what is in that deposition, because they asked him questions from it. So that Baba will not say, no, I never said I wasn't the person that was giving them orders for the burial of Mohbad. So let us go and check. Now, everybody, open to page 39. We are going to read just 5 pages. Page 39. Sáré ṣe CTC lọ́wọ́, wọ́n sọ pé ó ti pọ̀ rí yẹ́kẹ́yẹ́kẹ́ bí ó ti di 2 kọ́bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá nínú, I am opening the classified documents. The classified CTC. I'm opening it now. So, okay. They asked, Do you know the day that the deceased died? Baba, yes, 12th of September. Question, how did you know? Baba, I got to know around 9:30 p.m. Question, on that 12th September? Baba, yes, they were calling me that he was okay and I should go back home. And I noticed that the tone of the conversation. So I wanted to know what was happening. And by 9:30, I met his body on the floor and they had blocked the nose and ears. Question. The very first call you got with respect to the deceased, what information were you given? Baba, the call was from his mom, and she said Mohbad was in the hospital, and they said we should come. But the way she sounded, I sensed something was wrong, and she called me around 4:30 to 5 in the evening. Question, the mother does not live with you? Baba, no. Question, was the mother living with the deceased? Baba, no. Question, did you go to the hospital? Baba shakes head from side to side. Question, tell us what happened. Baba, on the very day when I saw that his body was on the ground, I asked what happened to him. Was he sick? Question, you got there and you saw the body already dead? Baba, yes. They said they gave him injection. An injection reacted on his body, and that was the comment given to me by his wife. Question, you saw the dead body? Baba, yes, at the sitting room in the house. Baba, the house at Agungi. Baba, they had changed from Agungi again to another apartment. Question, what is the address? Go on. When you remember, tell us. You met the body at the house? Baba, yes. Question, and you told us the nose was already blocked? Baba, yes. Question, who blocked the nose? With what? Baba, with cotton wool. Question, who certified him dead? Baba, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that he was all right and I should go back home. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osaka, London. And when I got to the house, I said I was at Osaka, London now. But they told me that I should go back home, that he was all right. But what I had heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. When I got there at 9:30 p.m., I met his dead body on the floor. Question, have you seen the death certificate? Baba, no. Question, so you do not know the cause of death? Baba, nods head up and down. Question, this was 12 September 2023. Baba, nods head up and down. Question, who were the people you met in the house? Baba, the people I met there were up to 100. Let me mention few. I met Anya, a musician. I met Davido representative, Zlatan, and many more. The crowd was full up there, and Mohbad's lawyer. Everyone was there. They had heard, but I did not hear anything. Question, you don't know who prepared the body? Baba, I do not know, but I know his wife could be able to explain because she was there, the court. I did not make inquiry, Baba, at all. They did not call me. The court, you did not do your findings, Baba. I did not do any finding. The court, you saw your son lying down there and you did not ask any question. Baba, the question and asked was what happened, what led to his death, and they said it was the reaction of the injection given to him. Ejema Bino, we are reading to page 44. Just hold on. Mr. A.A. George, what was the deceased buried? Where was the deceased buried? Baba, he was buried at Berigbe. Question, who buried him? Emagbo, this is why I said If you go to the coronary law of Lagos State, section 16 and section 48, subsection 1, you are going to see there is a penalty of 15 years for anybody that disposes a body before getting authorization from a coroner or before a postmortem was done on it for any suspicious death. Baba just agreed that he was the person giving orders. Where is my proof? The proof is in the signed CTC page. You read between page 39 to page 44. Now, here is the question again by Mr. A. George. Where was the deceased buried? Baba, he was buried at Beribe. Question by Mr. A. George. Who buried him? Baba, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Again, who buried him? Baba, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Question. Burial is Nikorodu here? Baba, yes. Question. The house where you say the corpse was in Lekki? Baba, yes. Question. So who moved the body to Beribe? Again, Emagbo. Question. So who moved the body to Beribe? Baba, on that night, Davido's representative sent money to me, and I gave it to one of his followers, one of them that follows Mohbad. He received the money, and I instructed him again, and I instructed him to call ambulance. After calling the ambulance, luckily, the ambulance man was a doctor also, and he checked and he decided to go to the police station, and we spent like 3 hours at the police station. Question, which police station? Baba, I don't know. It was in the night. I just told them to carry me to the police station so we could have a police report, and they wasted my time and they wrote notes, and I had already signed for them to give me the report. They said no, they cannot give me the report, and I asked why, and they said when the events had happened led to his death, where did they report to? That was the question they asked me, and I was not able to reply because I wasn't there when it happened. Who hired the ambulance? Question, who hired the ambulance? Baba, Darosha, one of his PA. Question, which death certificate? Don't forget it was the one that instructed the Darosha. Question, which death certificate did you present to the ambulance? Baba, he did not have any death certificate. Question, who confirmed to you that the body you were seeing on the ground was lifeless, dead? Baba, I met a lot of people there, and the ambulance driver, who was a doctor, tested him in my presence and said he was dead. I was not the one who called the ambulance. Baba, who was the doctor who told you he was dead? Abi question, who was the doctor who told you he was dead? Baba, I cannot say much on that. Baba, Abi question, but a doctor told you. Baba, someone was in that bus. Question, who was it a doctor? Baba, I do not know. Question, you do not know whether he was a doctor or not? Baba, yes. After that, we took him to the mortuary at Ikorodu here, General Hospital, and they refused to accept him. Question, when you got to the mortuary, did you present a death certificate? Baba, that was why they did not accept the body, and they asked for a police report and a doctor's report. Question, you did not have any? Baba, yes. Question, what else did you do? Baba, from here, we had to exchange because the ambulance was stopped. there, and the arrangement was made with the ambulance was Ikorodu General Hospital, and it was said he was going. So we had to call another ambulance to change position, and I told the person that collected money that I am going for preparation on the land that I know, and I left there around 4 a.m. Question. That is now 13th of September. Baba, yes. Question. I left them there and went home. And I told them that at sunrise, around 12 to 1, they can bring his body. And as a Yoruba man, I cannot see it. And I only pointed where they should put him. Hey, the lawyer asked Baba some sensible questions, not knowing that the questions they were asking were to pin Baba into section 16 and section 48 subsection 1 of the coronary law of Lagos State. That was where they were taking the questions to. The onus is now on Wunmi and Mama Mohbad, or perhaps Adura. Your Baba was saying that he doesn't mind if you go to prison due to section 16 and section 48. Baba is also guilty of the same offense. Can you also do to your Baba what he was aiming to do for you? Okay. Please, I'll need help from people here. Please, all the interviews of Prime Boy, please send them to Sister Temi this night. I need them urgently. All the interviews of Prime Boy. The ones he said in a car with the press lady before he entered Kwanzi, everyone you can lay your hands upon. Go back to 1 terabyte. Agbarawagbe. All the interviews of Prime Boy, please, I need them urgently. Now, let us continue. Let me not forget that the Professor Shokunle from last suit, he made mention of the parts, the internal organs that were taken for toxicology. They took the bone marrow, they took Mohbad's kidney and liver, and all these were actually put on display at the Coroner Inquest. We need to ask ourselves some questions. Why were those stones placed on the grave even after you have plastered the grave? Why? Another question we need to ask ourselves is this. Do you think Baba will want to do the DNA after knowing that the toxicology results came inconclusive? Let us not forget that presently, if the pathologists are saying that the body is already decomposed, it is to let us know that if they go and take any sample now, it is the same results we're going to come out with. Because the autopsy they are talking about was done on the 21st of September last year. If you are to start a new autopsy on a corpse that you've put in the freezer for more than 8 months. Do you think more decomposition would not have occurred? Ta ló lè gbé ẹran sínú freezer fún oṣù méjì kó gbé jáde kó sọ pé òun lè lọ sè é jẹ? It would have lost taste. Imagine a corpse in a morgue for 8 months. Number one, the color would have changed. It will not be in the same state. So many people were telling people about what they saw in those pictures. He had only spent 9 days in the grave. They said his body was already peeling. Àwọn èèyàn sọ́tàn. Please, ẹ̀yin mọ́mí àti daddy ní bínú ni because I want to mention some gory scenes.
Mr. Dawah, I'm sorry. Please, can you not? Please. Please.
I know I would really want to say, because some people that are clamoring for another autopsy and toxicology, a private autopsy and toxicology to be done, they really need to know how the gory scenes were.
Okay, so the reason why I'm begging you, okay, maybe I should just say I'm sleeping alone in my room tonight, and I don't want to be too scared. Seriously, I don't want to be too scared. Please, can you say it tomorrow, please? Thank you.
Oh my God.
When he's saying it, just mute. Just mute when he's saying it.
Please, just mute for now.
Okay,
People are recording, and I would please just mute. I'll be done in like 1 minute.
I'll reduce the volume.
That's fine.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, please, for those that can't hear what I want to say, please, you can mute or reduce the volume. When the autopsy was being carried out, people have been coming for blessing. And I would say this, I'm not citing blessing on this, but we need to also extend our prayers to her on what she saw when the autopsy was carried on her brother. When organs of her brother were carried out and his eyes almost popped out of the socket. It was a handsome boy that was always putting on designer wears, was put in a sack and laid on a tray to be butchered like meat. That when it was being done, his eyeballs popped out of the socket and were fixed in back, and the sister couldn't take it. I don't know how she felt after that, but I was told she couldn't eat for a long period of time. She was so emotionally down that she was just crying uncontrollably. She was just crying uncontrollably. Little did people that said they saw the tattoo marks and were shedding tears at the Coroner Inquest today. You only saw pictures. Blessing saw its life. Imagine you bringing a body, not a raw or a body of, this is a body that has been buried, that is smelling. Your brother, who is already decomposing and swollen, He was bloated at that point, being dissected. A brother you go to for help, his liver, his kidney was brought out in your presence. But you must be a witness for it. I laugh at people. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop it now. I'm not going to say those gory words again. I'm sorry at those people that are contributing money for such to happen again. Let this boy go and rest. Wunmi, let your husband go and rest. Go and meet the lawyers. There are two people that have the right to the corpse of Mohbad. You were waiting for the toxicology to be read, and it was read today. Nothing stops you now from claiming your rights. If this is the only thing you will do for your late husband after his demise, do it for him. Fight for his burial.
Mr. Dawah, sorry to cut you because there's a bit of confusion and I just want to make sure we're both on the same track. Is it that both the autopsy report and the toxicology report are back?
Yes.
They were read there.
Don't be disappointed. Yes, they were. You are not
No,
expecting any
no,
other results.
no. I was confused because they kept saying, "Oh, that's something about the machines in America might say something else." So I'm thinking, is that the real report we're talking about here? Is that this might just be the autopsy and not the toxicology results?
Those guys that went there didn't explain it very well. But our sources that were there, the sources that we had there, they don't understand English said there. That if the if the autopsy had been done abroad, perhaps with sophisticated materials, the toxicology could have come with better results. That was what was said.
Okay.
I hope you understand the English.
Yeah, so toxicology has arrived. We've heard it. That's it. This is it.
The autopsy they did, like I said, autopsy is just a physical examination. The toxicology is the taking of samples from the internal organs, which they did, and they said the samples taken had decomposed and were giving uncertainties.
Wow. Okay, I get it now. I'll come off for now. Thanks.
Wow. No problem. So it's the grammar that was actually one had to carefully listen to how they constructed the grammar that was said. They were only confused, like, hey, if they are taking it, blah, blah, blah. So they didn't understand that what they were actually saying is that if the autopsy had been done abroad with sophisticated materials, perhaps the toxicology results could have been different. That was what was said. I hope you get it now, ma.
I'm still kind of confused.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because now you're saying that okay, let me say this is my interpretation of it. If the autopsy was abroad, same way the toxicology was done abroad, that it would have given a different result. Is that what you're saying? Because we understand.
It could have been, it should have given. Don't forget that you have to preserve whatever samples you have here until they arrive abroad and things like that. And maybe the procedure they had used, maybe that is what the pathologist was trying to say. Maybe with sophisticated materials, if they have used it during the autopsy itself.
During the autopsy itself.
Yes, the autopsy. If everything had been done abroad, perhaps the result of the toxicology could have been different. If everything were conducted with sophisticated materials, that was the English that is confusing African TV, and that's Wunmi Abi. What was the name of that girl that went?
I'm still confused. You're doing my head in right now. Did you say that? You said the autopsy was done in Nigeria, quite all right.
Yes, and the samples. Let's not forget the whole grammar. The whole grammar is something. Toxicology is a part of autopsy. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, so the specimen now.
Exactly. So the specimen taken for the toxicology abroad, the result of that one is that it had decomposed and the results were uncertain. That's the issue. But for the preliminary examination of the physical body during the 21st of September, that day the autopsy was actually carried out. There were photographs taken that there was no external injury except that what do they call it? The superficial wound on the forearm. They checked the neck and noticed that it was not broken, but it was bent to an angle, and the legs also were bent. Apart from that, there was no other exit wound or entry wound or anything like that. The whole place was intact, and they also told us about the number of people that attended the autopsy that day. They showed the scar, tattoos on his body to actually confirm it was him. Then there was a request for, I think, the head area, and they were like, if you wanted that, you have to make a request for it, because actually the brain cells also ought to be examined. So they said if you want that, you could send your lawyer to request for that. So all those were said, and actually for the toxicology, they were mentioning some medical jargons, narcotics not present, this not present, this not present, cause of death uncertain. So, and that's where what toxicology is going to bring out for you.
Yeah, so now we go back to the specimen. The specimen that was taken to the US was were they now talking about the mode of transportation? That's
no,
why
they didn't talk about the mode of transportation. I'm the one saying it now.
Okay,
I'm the one saying it now that they were only talking about if everything were to be done abroad, perhaps with more sophisticated materials, that perhaps the results,
the autopsy, if the autopsy
including the
was done,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, then that's in a simple term. If the autopsy was done abroad along with the toxicology, maybe the results would have been different.
That was the English said by the professor, so it was actually misunderstood.
Okay.
So let's just go on briefly. Sorry, I'm going to allow people talk now. Briefly, let me just do a recap of what Prime Boy also said. He was talking about the encounter he had with Adra, that Adra was a bit tipsy and he disrespected him. After he had an encounter with Mo, he reported to the chief priest, the Cubana chief priest is his witness, that the argument was Mohbad was saying, I slept with you once, your mom owes me 400K. Let us not forget that Spending said it was 200K. Now, this one is saying that Mohbad was telling Wunmi that your mom owes me 400K. So you want to kill me so as to take over my property? The issue of the CCTV was also said that Bela's mother was almost attacked one time, so he installed CCTV in his own house, which made Mohbad to decide to fix his own in his own house. And 3 weeks later, Mo said it is already installed and it was working. That is how he knew that Mohbad's CCTV was working. He said that on the bridge that the two Prados didn't live together. The argument on Third Milan Bridge while they were going to Ikorodu was about Mo's ex-girlfriend. That was what caused the fight. Before it now became, she been the only ones I sleep with you, the only ones I knock you, and I don't think Liam is my son. Okay, he went back the next day to collect. He sent someone the next day to collect his manager's bag with camera. There was also a passport in the car in the bag. Okay, they also talked about the tattoo on his body, and so many bloggers have made mention of that. So I think basically I've gone around the whole thing. But the question I'm going to ask people now in the panel section is that, do you think with what the toxicology just said, do you think Prime Boy's testimony holds any water as at now? And two, do you think Baba would want to do the DNA, or he would want to extort the public for more funds, and he was still going to keep Mohbad in the morgue until more funds are realized? So this is a question I want to ask everybody now. Thank you. So let us deliberate, panelists. Hello.
Dawah. You need. Mr. Dawah, what did you say? Sorry.
I was asking people in the panel section 2 questions. I said, one, do you think Prime Boy's testimony today, do you think it's of much importance? Do you think it's of much importance since it is, one, the testimony, the toxicology is out. It's inconclusive, and it's actually contradictory to what we heard from Spending. And do you think Baba would want to do the DNA? And what's your advice for Wunmi concerning the burial of her husband? And also about the guilt charges that can be pressed on Josie concerning him disposing of Mohbad within 24 hours, and also him lying about a pool of blood.
Mr. Dawah, she came down.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know anymore, okay. So, number one, first of all, and Emma Bino won't try to reduce it. Because me my screen recorded grant interview, so I'm screen recording it, and it's so funny that Emma Binuko even with what is said today, and they are asking him how many hours ago, he cannot even
record it.
Aristocrats or the aristocrats.
Okay.
So you cannot even remember what he said. I was just trying to free up space on my phone. Did you get it long before now? Yes, long before now. Yes. Oh, really? Yes. So my number one thing, it's that one. This is my number one problem is they ask you about your initial testimony. You said no, you lied about that one. One, is that the kind of witness? Then two, my own thing is all these questions, the coroner inquest, it's about what killed Mohbad. I mean, what led to his death? Why all these paternity questions? And then, will it be okay? What led to a cutting Mohbad of Wunmi? Don't question paternity on. So, Wunmi and Mohbad, wọ́n fi gbogbo nu lélẹ̀ wọn ní jà. Ojú ìwọ nínú mọ́tò lọ ti máa wá jà. Because me, I don't understand why you are not even that kind of a friend that Mohbad will have that would confine him then. And Sandro, if you don't know, Baba fúnra rẹ̀ lọ gbàdúrà fún mi láti lóyún. So ọ̀rọ̀ pé one time person ló ti wá lóyún yẹn. That one is absolutely a big factor. And I'm very sure Mohbad will discuss the Bokini Pelue. You just want to say something to be relevant. And you just want to say something. To me, I felt that maybe you want to be relevant to Josie. That is why you keep nailing on that child. That is why you keep nailing on the DNA thing. Mohbad kan ló lọ́mọ, Mohbad sọ fún ẹ, ó question ẹ, wọ́n jà tó lóbìnrin nínú mọ́tò. So gbogbo èmi o, to me o, from the beginning of nǹkan tó sọ ní Inquest lẹ́nu to the very end, irọ́ ló pa 100%. Kò sí a bit of truth nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó sọ lẹ́nu. And to the DNA thing, bàbá ti sọ kí ló máa grant interview lálẹ́ yìí tóun bá délé pé òun wà lọ́nà òun feel sad lọ́wọ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú nígbà tí Josie ṣe fídíò nígbà tí Joseph Aloba tó ṣe fídíò ní Inquest tó ló bọ́sítà pé kò lè wo ibi tó ti ń show picture Mohbad tó wá ń nojú nínú mọ́tò tó ń ṣe bí ẹni pé òun sunkún. Joseph ò sunkún torí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Joseph ń sunkún ara ẹ̀ ni pé ẹ̀wọ̀n lòun wò yìí because òun ti tamper pẹ̀lú evidence. Ẹkún nǹkan tí Josie ń sùn nìyẹn. Gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ̀rọ bóyá ó ń sunkún torí pé ó rí bọ́dì omi tí ò yọ ní ojú ẹ̀ tó kàn fọwọ́ nu ojú tí ò somi kankan ní ojú ẹ̀. Josie ń sunkún pé òun ti rẹ́wọ̀n he torí òun ti àti pé iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ Josie now Josie I want to see mo mọ̀ pé ó máa sùn dáadáa but you hearing this by yourself at the inquest ipe nítorí pé ẹ ti tètè lọ sí ni wọn ṣe lè mú sọ pé ní gbogbo ẹ ṣe wà inconclusive while they were begging you that night bàbá ẹ má sin ọmọdé bàbá ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe autopsy bàbá ẹ má tí lọ sí. Everybody was begging you that night. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ even sọ fún ẹ pé bàbá ẹ lọ ro. Now, ọlọ́dẹ wàá ṣe 100% that fault came from you, Josie. In as much as I'm not happy about it, it's inconclusive. But 100% pé tí àwọn tó ń follow ẹ tó bá máa sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ, you caused it. Ìwọ ló fà á. Tí àbá ní rí pé nǹkan báyìí ló pa Mohbad, Josie, you caused it. Because àmọ́ kan tó ń ju ẹ lára tó sáré gbọ́mọ yẹn tó sáré lọ sí. Bí o bá tiẹ̀ understand nǹkankan when they were telling you bàbá ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe autopsy, you are supposed to ask, okay, kí ni autopsy? It's because you have your own eating agenda. Torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe sáré lọ sí ọmọ yẹn lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá tí o tó fẹ́ and I hope you people would know now that even with what you heard today, Josie ò fẹ́ justice fọ́mọ ẹ̀. Because ẹni tó bá fẹ́ justice ni kò ní lọ sí ó ti tamper pẹ̀lú evidence òun nìyẹn sí inconclusive gbogbo yín wá ń sunkún ẹnu ẹ wá ń pariwo ẹnu lẹ́nu ẹ wá ń ké on top the nonsense Josie did. Ìṣèkè jẹ́ kí Josie máa mọ̀ sí pé ìwọ ni tábà ti rí justice fọ́mọ ẹ̀ bàbá you caused it. Ìwọ ló ti fà á from day one ló ti fà á. There is nothing to me there is nothing anybody wants to say at this time that will change anything. Josie ló bá kíní jẹ́ from the get-go Josie ti spoil gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti bàjẹ́. Ìwọ ló ní kó má gbọ̀mọ̀ lọ mọ́ṣúárì kan gbé lọ sílé. Ìwọ ló délé tó ní kó gbé nìṣó. Ìwọ ló sọ bí tó máa sín sí. Ìwọ ló lọ sanwó casket. Ṣòtú wá gbọ́ wọ́n lọ́rùn ẹ̀kan ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀kan. And you even saw that in the car. Okay, as you saw it in the video. Oh, so I say no. You ò lè gbà kẹ́ sí ọmọ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ̀kan lọ́rùn síbẹ̀ ẹ̀kan lẹ́. Àti àwọn ò tiẹ̀ rẹ́sẹ̀ but ọrùn la rí. If truly you are a father that you are claiming, orí pé wọ́n kọ ọrùn ẹ̀ sí inú pósí, o lè ní kó lọ wú jáde, ipe o lè gbà kó sí your own second bó ṣe máa ń pè, your own child bó ṣe máa ń pè. your friend bó ṣe máa ń pè ipe kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn torí ìwọ gangan ló ti sọ iṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe ó ti sọ bó ṣe máa sílì ibẹ̀ yẹn pa ó ti mọ̀ pé ó ti ní kó gbókúta síbẹ̀ kó gbé kan kéré síbẹ̀ ó ti mọ̀ fúnra ara ẹ̀ ló ṣe lè ní pé náà kọ́ lọ wú náà kò gbọ́n ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn bó bá tiẹ̀ rówó pósí gidi wọ́n fún ẹ lówó gidi tó lè fi ra pósí náà ìwọ ló sọ tó ní kó lọ ta chain yẹn pé kẹ lè fi rí nǹkan kẹ lè fi mọ bẹ ṣe máa sín wọ́n dẹ̀ pé Davido ìyẹn dẹ̀ fún yín ní 2 million pé òkè iṣẹ́ fẹ́ lọ sí ni ó yẹ lọ sí jòsíngbà tí wọn ò fún wọ ní death certificate tó ló ń béèrè tí o fọmọ yẹn lẹ́bi tó wà tí wọ́n bá ṣe dáadáa ṣe bóyá kó wá kan lifestyle tí ẹ bó ṣe mọ̀ tán sí àbí kó wá máa pariwo pé yín Nigerians ẹ gbà mí ọmọ yìí ó kú o ó dẹ̀ dọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé kó fún ẹ ní death certificate kó lè lọ gbé sí mọ́ṣúárì kó tó sí o wọn ò fún ẹ o. But all along you know your plan, you know what your plan was, you know what you were driving at. Ó mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Òun ló ṣe gbé ọmọ yẹn ló ṣe sáré lọ sí. Tó bá yẹ pé kò sówó ni ó ní ọjọ́ tó bá rí bí ni bí wọlé ó ní bàbá ọmọ kò gbọdọ̀ máa fojú ròkú Mohbad náà. Not once, not twice now ló fojú ròkú ẹ̀ náà. So ibo wá ní pé tíjọ́ tí bí bá wọlé kò dá kágbàlagbà kí ẹni tó bímọ àbí kágbàlagbà kó máa rí òkú ọmọ ẹ̀. Yes, bó ṣe rí lédè Yorùbá nìyẹn kò dá. But you worry because of ẹ wà sure dáadáa because tí ò bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo bá ṣe máa sin Mohbad kò kàn ẹ́. Ó níyàwó ó láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ń bẹ lálẹ́jọ́ yẹn ìwọ tó lè fojú ka gbogbo ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà ń bẹ lálẹ́jọ́ yẹn pé wọ́n pé 100 lóò tí gate me everybody kó lọ́pọ̀lọpàá. You tampered with the evidence Josie tí wọ́n bá rí nǹkan kan tó bá ní inconclusive torí ọ̀dẹ̀ làwọn yẹn ibi tó bá yẹ kán sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn kì í sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́bẹ̀. You tampered with the evidence. Ìwọ ló fà kò síyàn kankan ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ló fi fà ó ti gbọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kò sí ẹ̀ ń bá wọn ẹ̀ ń bá wọn ẹni tí wọn ẹ̀ ń bá mu náà dà torí àwọn kan sí wọ́n ti ń bẹ ẹ sunkún wọ́n ti ń bẹ ẹ ké already wọn ẹ̀ ń bá mi. And for me for DNA I know pé wọ́n fẹ́ try láti frustrate Wunmi to the extent pé máa bọ́ sọ́mà ní òun lọ ṣe DNA yẹn kíníkan. But if she wish to do it, if she doesn't wish to do it, Josie ṣé tẹ̀ dúró náà ẹ̀jọ̀ nítorí Ọlọ́run èèyàn ní gbogbo èèyàn ẹlẹ́ran ara ni wá we are all human. Ẹlòmíì tí kò bá tí ì ṣe kò ní mọ bó ṣe ń rí lára ẹlòmíì dẹ̀kẹ̀ ni kò ní dúró kó ṣe òun kò ní dúró kí nǹkan ṣe òun kó tó fọhùn síta o kó tó dúró ọmọ ẹ jẹjẹ máa wọn kò ní dúró kó tó ṣe òun abẹ́lòmíì prevent kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀. On DNA issue Josie ìwọ náà ló tún fa ti ọ̀rọ̀ DNA ìwọ yìí ló Josie ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo kò sí lórí alábàáwọn. You are the genesis of the whole thing Josie ìwọ ni genesis gbogbo ẹ̀. Ibi tá ti bára wa ibi tá délé ni Josie ìwọ ni ibi tá délé ni tí gbogbo wa délé ni tó di pé ó wá di team bàbá àti team justice for Mohbad àwa ni team justice for Mohbad àwọn yẹn team bàbá ni wọ́n ìwọ ló bá gbogbo wa débi tá délé ní Joseph Aloba because tó bá pe Wunmi wọ́n ní ọmọ tọmọ yẹn jẹ́ tí ẹjọ́ ò tiẹ̀ ti dẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí selfish interest nítorí greediness yẹn ó sáré subject ọmọ yẹn kíákíá tó yá DNA ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n lò ó and you even repeated the same thing today Joseph Aloba wo lè gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn o ṣé wọ́n fún wọn fọ́ọ̀sì ọmọ sí ẹ lọ́rùn ni ṣé wọ́n fún ẹ lọ́mọ dandan ni ṣó ní dandan kó gba ọmọ ni. You said you stand for Aloba family. I stand for Aloba family. Must you accept Liam? Ṣé forcefully o gbọ́dọ̀ gba Liam ni by force? Ìyàmọ́ lòun ò gbọ́mọ òun lẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ lọ wá grandchild mi àbí wàhálà. Ẹran ṣe wá kú sí ìlú àìlọ́bẹ̀ báyìí. Wàhálà ṣe wá bá ẹ báyìí Joseph Aloba. Ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo nọ́ọ̀sẹ̀sì adájọ́ sọ pé that is not the reason we are here. This is the reason we are here. Ó pariwo DNA. Tí DNA ẹ bá jáde lọ́la tó bá fi wọ́n pé nǹkan tí wọ́n gangan mọ̀ ni it's not what you don't know Joseph Aloba. All is because of money. It's not what you don't know. You know Liam pé ọmọ Mohbad ni. Ọmọ pátọ̀ Mohbad ló di Liam. But it's because of your selfish interest. Ó ń gbọ́rọ̀ sí àwọn èèyàn tó máa fi ẹ́ lè lọ́la. Aṣọ̀bóra ẹ ò ń dà síta ò ń da aṣọ̀bóra ẹ nù. Ṣebí wọ́n ló fẹnu ara ẹ sọ pé ọmọ Liam kí Liam lè ra pósí tó máa fi sin ẹ́. Ṣebí wọ́n ló fẹnu ara ẹ sọ ta ló máa ra pósí ẹ̀ ń sìn. Ṣé gbogbo àwọn TikToker lọ́tún máa dáwọ́ wọn máa tún ṣe GoFundMe fún ẹ. But why are you doing this now? You go home like at night and you sleep comfortably. Your own son is laying down in the morgue. Josi ṣọmọ bí Mohbad ṣe ti máa rí nsìn. Ṣọmọ bó ṣe rí. Ó ti wá jẹ́ Nàìjíríà tó yẹ pé wọn ò mọ bọ́dì tọ́jú. Àwọn tó yẹ pé àlàyé gan wọn ti tọ́jú ẹ̀ ká máa sọ pé òkú tó ti kú. You think in the mortuary wọ́n máa treat Mohbad specially? Josi, you do this one, oh. You really tried. You do this one. Ó ṣe fún ọmọ yẹn títí ó fìtínà tí ayé ọmọ yẹn gbà tó wà láyé tí even ìgbà tó tún kú ṣọmọ pọ̀ ń fìtínà tí ní ayé ẹ̀ ní. Ṣóore lóru bóyá ò ń ṣe Mohbad pẹ̀lú kan tó ń ṣe fún ọ. For how many months ni Mohbad fi wà nínú morgue? Àwa wí tán ṣó lọ kí n bẹ̀ pé ó ṣe ìyàwó ni. Àbó lọ kí n bẹ̀ pé ó ṣe súná ọmọ. Ó wá jẹ́ kí owó nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ. Wá dẹ̀ pé wá sọ pé it's your second. Your second is laying down there at the morgue. If truly what you are saying, Josie, you meant it. He's laying down there in the morgue. Ọmọ bí gbogbo ara ẹ̀ ṣe máa rí. Ọmọ bọ́mọ ẹ̀ ṣe ti máa deform. Mi ò gbàdúrà kọ́ mọ́ Wunmi gan rí bí Mohbad ṣe rìn sí. Mi gbàdúrà kí Liam gan kọ́ ní fọ́tò bí Liam bí Mohbad ṣe ní tó ṣe wá sìn. They can show him the picture of Ingba kí Josie tó gbé kúrò nínú ilé. But after tí Mohbad ti di ọwọ́ Josie, kò yẹ kó fi fọ́tò yẹn hàn Liam. Because ìgbà tí ọmọ yẹn di ọwọ́ ẹ̀ Josie, ó ṣe ìdájọ́ owó ẹ̀ fún un. Ìdájọ́ ẹ̀ ló ṣe fọ́mọ yẹn. Ó wá filẹ̀ nínú morgue. Kábíyèsí rẹ Ọlọ́run. Unquestionable God. Because sometimes I wonder, Ọlọ́run báwo ló ṣe máa ń ṣiṣẹ́? Màá ní pẹ̀lú bí mo ṣe máa ń ṣe sùúrù tó bí mo ṣe máa ń ní sùúrù tó Ọlọ́run àwọn ẹlòmíì wà tó yẹ pé kò tiẹ̀ yẹ kọ́yìn máa rìn rárá. Kò yẹ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ Ọlọ́run, kábíyèsí rẹ o. Ọba onísùúrù ni ẹ o, Ọlọ́run onísùúrù. Ọba lágbára, kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run. Josie, you try. Àwa mọ̀ bóyá Ọlọ́run mọ̀ fi ẹ́ lẹ́nu. Kó ba lè rí ẹ̀sìn yẹn ṣe dọ́jọ́ alẹ́ mi. Ẹlòmíì Ọlọ́run á fi kú bò láṣìírí. Á jẹ́ kó tètè máa lọ kó má rí ẹ̀sìn. Ṣé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jẹ́ ká rí ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀? Ṣé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jẹ́ kó tẹ̀fẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ ní Josie? Ẹ̀rù òde máa bà ń pé Ọlọ́run mò ń wá dúró wá yóò dẹ̀yìn fi mí lé ò dẹ̀yìn pa mí mọ́. Ṣé Ọlọ́run fi ẹ́ pamọ́ fún yà for a great ìyá ni? Ẹ̀rù òde má bà ẹ́. Pé o sùn ó jí o tún wò pé o tún jí sáyé Ọlọ́run ò tójú oorun mú ẹ lọ. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe gbogbo eléyìí. Títóbi rẹ Ọlọ́run Josie tó bá jẹ́ lóòótọ́ la máa kú la máa dìde la máa dájọ́ Josie tó bá kàn tí Ọlọ́run arẹjọ́ rọ̀ àbí wà arẹjọ́ rọ̀. Joseph Aloba ọmọ bíbí inú ẹ̀ nígbà tó wà láyé ó ti ara ẹ̀ sin Ọlọ́run tó bá mọ̀ áńgẹ́lì ni because ó mọ̀ ipe Ọlọ́run ni pé kéèyàn má fi báwo ló ṣe máa sọ ìyá àti bàbá èèyàn ní ọrùn èèyàn wọ́n ní ẹsẹ̀ ìgégésẹ̀ ọrùn ìyá èèyàn ní ọrùn èèyàn wà. Ẹ pariwo Mohbad left his mom left him bàbá máa ṣí gbogbo ẹ̀ gan náà but I'm not going to go into that. Ó fi ìyá ẹlẹ̀ fún 10 years ọmọ yẹn tún gba ìyá ẹ̀ padà. Kò tún wo ìwà bí tó ń ṣe. Ó ń tọ́jú ìyá tó bí náà mọ̀ despite nǹkan tó fi ojú ọmọ yẹn rí nígbà tó wà láyé. Nígbà tó wà kékeré ni ó struggle. Kò sí àrà tó fojú Mohbad rí nígbà tó wà láyé. Bọ̀ kò ti torí ẹ̀ nígbà tó ní ṣéǹjì kékeré lọ́wọ́. Kò ti torí ẹ̀ wọ́n pé wọ́n bàbá ìwà gbà. Ó tún ṣe ìfẹ́nu ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ló ń sọ fún yẹn pé ìyá mi ẹ di orú ara yẹn yé du orí bàbá yìí. Ìyá Mohbad náà ti ara ẹ̀ sí lọ́rùn. Josie ò mọ nǹkan táwọn pípù yìí ṣe fún ẹ. Ó mọ̀. And it's because ó kọ̀ pé ẹ pásítọ̀ Ọlọ́run ò pè é because Ọlọ́run bá pè é wàá mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń ti ara ẹ̀ sin Ọlọ́run ni. Wọn ò fẹ́ tì torí ẹ dá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Àmọ́ bóyá ká ní Mohbad ò ti ara ẹ̀ ṣe Ọlọ́run ni bóyá àwa ta dúró ti ìyàwó àtọmọ ìlérí bóyá Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ ká dúró tì wọ́n. Àmọ́ ara oore ara ń pé ó ti ara ẹ̀sìn Ọlọ́run bóyá òun náà ìlàwà yìí náà fi dúró pé come what me say ọmọ Wunmi we go nowhere we pin pé ọtí tó bá ní sinmi. It is wrong. Next person.
Shall be me. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your submission. Well, I'm going to start with...
Mom, how did you pop up before me? It's just because it's you. Go on, don't worry. Go on.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I thought that everyone else was not ready. Anyway, I want to start. Thank you. I want to start with Josie, Mr. Joseph Aloba. You know, earlier when I couldn't come up, I was hearing some of the things that was being said and all of that. And even though I was out, I was up and about, I kept pondering over everything. And it's beginning to seem like a well-orchestrated plan from, I'm not saying he pied his son, but whatever it was, it's confirming that he was really vindictive. Because I don't know for what reason a father would hurriedly bury a child, seal it up. In fact, place heavy stone and seal it up. Kenny, was there an agenda? What was the plan? What was going on through his head? Because it would seem like whatever happened happens, it started first from Prime Boy. I can bet it. Even when they said in court that he said most passing was not natural, I said, yes, it's very unnatural. It has your hand in it, Prime Boy. Whatever it was that you had on you that day. Because from certain things I have heard, even about the body, the way the body entity decompose and all of that. Sorry, Dawah, with all your scientific analysis, but I've heard certain gist about people who die from jazz. The body, tètè máa ń ṣe, ó máa ń tètè rùn, ó máa ń tètè decompose. Like, maybe because of the jazz or whatever. I don't know the sciences behind it, but I've heard such tales before. And even though I would never have reasoned that way, I'm beginning to pin, pieces all of these things together to say that it looks like a very well orchestrated plan. Go for autopsy. You said no, you will not do that. Go the traditional way. You still said no, you would not do that. Who were you trying to protect? Who were you trying to protect? If you wouldn't do autopsy, you wouldn't go the traditional spiritual way. Who was Mr. Aloba trying to protect? There's a question mark there. Placing that heavy stone, what is the significance? Is it so that, yes, we have nailed you there, nothing can happen? I don't get it. I have a question mark there too. Why that stone? Then coming back to Prime Boy, congratulations in advance. Because they sent both of you on a message, Prime Boy and Spending. Prime Boy, you think that you have done this and you've gotten away with it. For any gift, you think you are getting away with it. Any pagunogun cooking pé ọdún, ẹni pa kàlàmàgbò kò kí ń pé oṣù. Kò wá ń ṣe gbogbo ẹni tó bá mú idà tó pààyàn nìkan ló pààyàn. Wọ́n ń pe àwọn kan ní apanimáyọ̀dà. Even if you didn't plan most passing, what you are doing upon his passing is like you are killing him again the second time. Like you are buying that boy all over again. And there's nothing in this life goes freely like that. Wọ́n ní ọmọdé bú ìrókò ó bojú wẹ̀yìn. Ṣé ńjọ́ tí kinní kan bá ṣe kinní kan ló máa ń pani ni? Ẹ bá mi lù ú bẹ́ẹ̀. It's not like it's today that it would happen. But I am going to keep begging God that you get your reward on time. Obviously, we know that Spending tried to exaggerate his own account of events. No doubt about that. Even he knows in his heart that he exaggerated to some points. But he did his own to a degree that wouldn't have been too outrightly damning like what Prime Boy did. But of course, those who sent him that message want to rebel. I heard earlier they were hailing him. Oh, Prime, you are no longer a boy, you are a man. prime man or gallant. But be rewarded, she my gallant Tony Yengba Tobamade. When karma would come, it would hit you. It would hit you on all sides. I mean, how do you think your friend will feel? You think because he's gone, you can lie against him? Àdàbí tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ni prime boy ló máa escape ẹ̀. But if truly these things never happened, before the end of this year, God Almighty will visit everyone, each and everyone, those who knows about the boy spy, those who try to change narrative and buy him the second time, those who make attempts to blot out everything he represents, those of you who are working day and night, we see that you are beginning to plan. You are planning more, right? We've started hearing you, but what else can you do? What else can you plan at this point in time? So for everyone who has tried to circumvent the cause of justice, I can only say congratulations in advance. Your reward will come, and it would come quickly. If there's any reason why a whole lot of us are heartbroken, it's not even like Dawah said. Whatever Prime has said has no relevance, really. Because if we are looking, if we want to break it down in every way, it has no relevance. But of course, to the mischievous, to the liars, to the ones who are planning, to the schemers, it has, they are jubilating like he has said something. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't hold no waters. And that's why they could be deliberating that even the magistrate has compromised his bias, because the magistrate isn't working the way they would have expected him to. Wunmi. I have said this and I would say it again. You are strong. All of this experience is just see it as a propeller. It's propelling you onto greater heights. Ojú ẹ̀ ò ní rí ibi mọ́ o. Láyé. Ó bó ṣe wù kó kéré tó, ojú ẹ̀ ò tún ní rí ibi mọ́. As regards the DNA, I'm sure most people know my stand on the DNA thing. I, for once, have never ever supported the idea of a DNA. In fact, the fact that you lot think you can bully her into it is the more reason why a coconut head like myself, if I had the chance, if it was in my place, that DNA would not happen. Well, if you get the court order, maybe the chances are slim. Maybe if you get it. But if you don't get the court order, it will be sweet to watch your tears. Kí gbogbo yín sunkún sínú bucket, bóyá ká fi lọ ṣe irrigation, so that a lè fi, a fi water plants where they are doing farming in Nigeria and people can have food to eat. It would be nice, kán fi tears yín, kán fi ṣe gbogbo irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Because you are so desperate about this DNA thing that you all forget that it is justice we are seeking. By now, everyone should be mad at Mr. Aloba for the steps he took. How he buried evidence. How he insisted that it has to be his way. How he unilaterally took a decision that has brought all of us to where we are at this point in time. But rather, that's not even bothering them. They are still talking about DNA. They are still trying to rope in. You know, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful that you all gang up against a 25-year-old and a 1-year-old. And even 8 months down the line, even as God keeps shaming and embarrassing you, even as you keep falling, you still wouldn't stop. Ọ̀rọ̀ yín máa dàbí eṣinṣin ni tó wọ inú ọtí. Continue. God will keep disgracing you and embarrassing you. And to all of us on this side, the only justice that I see happening now is that the man who is the root cause of everything that we have suffered emotionally, psychologically in the last 8 months should be brought to book. Oh, how that will appease our soul. Because he's the only reason why we are where we are at this point in time. It's the only reason why all of this have dragged since the last 8 months. You know, if he had just let us face the justice, then whatever family feud he was trying to drag, wait for that first. I know in Nigeria, people pray a lot, like everything. We commit everything. Oh, God will give us justice. God will bring light. God will let the generator work. God will not let there be traffic. I know we do that a lot. And yeah, I do say that a lot because, I mean, when it seems like things are like this, I know family, they want to put sentiments. But if they will not put sentiments, because even when when he stood his ground that if he was Adura, if anybody, he said even if he is the one, he should go for it. I am one of the people who never, I never condemned him. Because after all we want is justice. So I never condemned him. I was only condemning the ways and manner he was going about it. Because he was being vindictive. He was being vicious. You can't say that placing a salt on a corpse is embalmment. We didn't even have to wait for this pathologist result for all of us to have agreed that that was not embalmment. If not because people are deliberately mischievous. If not because you all have an agenda. So don't here all look stupid. Feel stupid, ne? You should all bury your heads in shame. That you had to wait for autopsy and toxicology to come and tell you, oh, there was no embalmment. This is not justice. We have always said it. You are not seeking justice. Before I used to say you are not going about it the right way, but the truth is you were never seeking justice. You all. You are just here to help Mr. Aloba to actualize his goal, his dream of inheriting his son. But I hope that while you are helping him actualize that, you push him further to jail. Mohbad's mom, Adura, Darosha. Oh, Adura and Darosha. After the CTC, I imagine what you guys have gone through. I imagine what this 8 months would have done to those people as well, including the mother. My heart goes out to all of you. And if you would not put sentiment into this, let the law take its course. Let the law take its course. On a final note, all I just want to say is that the law should take its course, because Mr. Aloba has put us through so much. And even if on our own, on our platform, if we have to come together, whatever it requires, whatever it takes, in resources, in prayers, in finances, in everything, let's put it together and get this real justice. And our own is not, it's not a vendetta. It's not even because, he tried to put Darosha or Adura. He tried to put them based on falsehood. No, that's not what we're doing. We are ensuring that justice is served, no matter who. So let us all come together at this point. Let us come together, whatever it requires. GoFundMe. But even if we have to do a GoFundMe at this point in time, to see Josie pay for his greed, pay for his behavior, pay for his decision, his pride, his arrogance. They even asked him in court, did you carry the father along? Did you carry the mother along? Was the wife involved? You said no. It was only you. So my people, let's come together. We have been supporting Wunmi in the last 8 months. We've done a lot. Nǹkan tó máa sílẹ̀ fún wa, nǹkan tó máa dé ládé, what will crown all of this effort will be that people who have erred are brought to book. Even those who have tried to defame Wunmi, to come up with stories, defame her, insult her, humiliate her. It would give me joy to see each and everyone being brought to book and paying for their sins. Thank you, everyone. I think Don Dada would go next time.
Yeah. Don Dada, are you there, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm here, guys.
Yes.
Please make me coffee,
Let's
please.
have this.
First of all, I'll say good evening, everybody, and I will seek your indulgence. I'm going to speak from the heart. If I get emotional, just brush it off. I just need to speak from my mind. I've listened to different shows, different narratives, different conspiracy theories. I have heard things that had made me question my own sanity. I ask myself, it can't be that way, or it has to be that way. I have seen misogyny flying as high as a kite. I have seen the betrayal of humans right before me. I've learned a lesson that you're only valuable when you're alive. Anything can happen after you die. Those you thought will be there for you, no, they won't be the ones. Today's Coroner Inquest and all the CTCs I've seen, there's a reason why I don't even need to digest it. Because on this issue, it is like night and day. If whatever we're handling at that time, be it somebody giving their own testimony, be it somebody saying something, you're crucified as long as you do not villainize Wunmi. As long as Wunmi is not. If I was to wake up tomorrow and say, oh, yes, I know. Yeah, no, darling. Oh, I don't believe Wunmi anymore. They'll be happy. I asked myself a question. What was the main reason I joined the Justice for Mohbad movement? I personally didn't know who Mohbad was because I didn't like Naira Marley. I find his songs very downright trashy, especially for a guy that I know, somebody personally, who he robbed in Lewisham. So that's why I knew some of the songs, but not a song I would dance to. And the day he died, I saw it online and I got it. And I said, I kind of caught my eye. And then I saw it on Abethe's platform on Facebook, and she had talked about Timmy's platform, and I came, and for many weeks, I used to just watch you guys from the background. I have never been on the internet with a fake profile. For some reason, I thank God as well that before I made my entrance, I came in with a fake profile. You know, I'm happy about that. Even though some few people know who I am, it is not because I'm ashamed of being known to fight for the cause of Wunmi. It's just because it ain't worth the hassle. Now, a young widow whose husband died in the presence of other people. The father comes, takes control of the situation, buries the boy, plasters his grave. Before plastering, they put stones on that coffin, on that cheap coffin. I ask you guys, knowing Joseph Aloba with his overinflated ego, with his grandiose sense of importance, with his narcissistic Machiavellian ways, between you and I, who was in charge of that grave and who ran the show concerning Mohbad being moved from Lekki to Ikorodu and being buried? Even when they were saying they were going to uproot the body, he said they will kill me first. Because he thought in life he owned him, and in death he wanted to own him too. I throw this to you on this panel, and I throw it to all those women there. All those women, the young ones, the menopausal ones, the sexually frustrated ones, the old ones, the crazy ones, men and women. If it was you, would Baba Mohbad have that chance? I know for a fact if it was me, he wouldn't. But we're all different. Now, a stranger that you don't know from a can of paint says something about DNA, and you run with it. And the reason Joseph Aloba ran with it was because all he could see, he was like a donkey being shown a carrot, and the person with the carrot is running fast, and he starts to run fast after it. They've told him about millions. He's hearing millions from reality. He's hearing all sorts. And in his heart, he says, along with she. My prayer for myself and everybody on this platform. I have seen people lose their kids. And I'm sorry they don't behave like Joseph Aloba. They definitely don't. A friend of mine, his 17-year-old drowned in Canada on a trip, on a school trip. The father is my friend. He's never been the same. But Joseph Aloba, you are gazoing up and down, up and down. I ask another question. What does Joseph Aloba need a lawyer for? The coroner's inquest is covered by the state. The criminal case, covered by the state. Is there a percentage between you guys on Mohbad's royalties? Because you guys have become so demonic that we do not know what to expect. Even when it's black and white, I have not heard one person from that side query why that grave. They brought the bricklayer to lay concrete on that grave and put stones on that boy. Not one person has said it on that side. Rather, the witch hunt is about Wunmi. It's Wunmi. It's Wunmi. It's Wunmi. It's Wunmi. She has paid them. She has done this. And I ask myself, all these accusations you guys throw at us, are they paying you guys? That's why you think we're being paid? Because I'm not being paid for jack. I'm not going to go into the semantics of, oh, yeah, this, about, everybody has explained it, they've said it all. But my heart breaks and my heart bleeds. Mohbad died after living for, I don't know if it was years or months in fear. He finally dies, leaving a widow, his girlfriend of many years, and son. They take her husband's corpse from her and go and bury him. They run up and down social media. Femi Falana, Mohbad was exhumed. The first time a body has been exhumed in Nigeria. All sorts of conspiracy theories. Imagine Mohbad was a white shirt. With everything thrown at that shirt is not white anymore. Joseph Aloba and his cohorts have single-handedly destroyed Mohbad's image. They portray him to be a simp, a lily-bellied man. But someone did me. I ask again, anybody on this platform, your child comes to tell you like the spouse is, what is it called? The spouse is poison, giving me sleeping pills. And you take no action? And you are a good father? Really? Joseph Aloba, you can look yourself in the face and say you're a good father? Really? They went, in your words, engagement that turned to marriage. You took how many cars? Was it 10 or 5? At how much did they even call the price? That's one. Another encounter with you, your son never did anything for you. But yet, there was a truck outside your door. You collected money. You know, we can choose our friends, but we can't choose our family. I have to be very honest, people. Mohbad and Wunmi both come from very toxic families. I say that because it's true. Now, It's all about the paternity of Liam. Honestly, and this is my opinion, nobody else's. Nobody has to agree with me. This is my opinion. If I was Wunmi, I would just do the thing. I would do the test and give it to them to shove where the sun don't shine. And after that, I will take everything. And when I say everything, to the last pin from Joseph Aloba, I will put in an injunction on him not having authority to use immunization in anything. Because you cannot strip me naked outside and come and try and clothe me inside. Let us move away from the fact that every time a man dies, his wife has to be the problem. I will not blame anybody between the sisters. I mean, Wunmi and Karimo. Hurt people hurt each other's. As long a hurt person will always hurt you. So when I see what's going on that end, I turn around and think about this 25-year-old. Everywhere she turns, they're baying for her blood. I too nearly dropped out a few days or a week ago or so ago. But I couldn't. Because in my heart of hearts and my soul of my soul, I know Wunmi is innocent. And I truly believe, and I have staked my dignity on that Liam is Wunmi's Mohbad's son. What I want to say to everybody here is, I hear when they say we don't have content. Me and Freedom talked about it today. We did this, we did that. Our content is lying in a morgue, decomposing. And I'll say that word 3 times so you hear. Decomposing. Decomposing. In layman's terms, that means he is rotting. The man lying in that morgue is no longer the Mohbad you and I know. That's not him. And these people want to continue dragging. They want to continue fighting. If Mohbad was their son, will they drag him? Will they drag his memory and shatter it? Every memory created with Mohbad and Liam, every moment created with Wunmi and Mohbad, trashed. Even the tattoo on Mohbad's chest that says Liam, they come out to say that there was a face covering underneath it, covering his eyes, and they know it means that Mohbad knew Liam was not his son. How depraved a society are we? Is this the depravity of human nature? You guys have turned a relationship and turned it into the worst possible way. We have been called every name under the sun. Ashana, Akbokojaye, everything. I ask again, who will go back and delete those records? Joseph Aloba, I speak to you today and I speak to you directly. Karma has a funny sense. Joseph Aloba, you have released songs, you have bought cars, you've bought a modernization gate. You're riding on the wings of your newfound celebrity status. Joseph Aloba, there will come a day when we will get tired talking about you. It's human nature. And you see when that day comes, Joseph Aloba, you will look for tears. Tears will not come. You have alienated and defragmented your family, all for money. We sit here day after day, night after night. All that's pushing us is drive. The drive for justice to be served. I stand to be corrected. If anybody on this platform has ever said that if Wunmi is guilty, we will still support her. We're not supporting blindly. If you come and give us concrete evidence to show that Wunmi killed Mohbad, we will let her, she will serve her time. But all you do, come out with conspiracy theories. You guys behave like you have schizophrenia. Coming up with all sorts of nonsense, all sorts of insinuations. All I say today, my people, out of many, we are one. We will continue to stand with Wunmi. We will continue to fight this war with her. But I personally, I've said it once today and I'll say it again. The waters have been muddy. There's no clarity in muddy waters. The chances of finding out who killed Mohbad, as in the nurse, because that's who I think killed Mohbad. That's my opinion. I think because of Joseph Aloba's antics, the culprits will not be put to book. That is my opinion and mine alone. The waters, when the victim's father's lawyers are coaching the star, why they are always accusing us of doing stuff because of all the Machiavellian things they're doing underneath. I don't see any clarity in these muddy waters. So for me, I've come to terms with it. And I've asked God to fight for Mohbad's case. Because what these people are doing, and you see, in a funny kind of, with all their antics, see what happens. Aries is fighting to be boss. This one, egos. This shows you the kind of narcissist, unfeeling people we're dealing with. A lot of these people don't know what it means to have a father. I had a father, a very good father. I was a daddy's girl. But you see, he ain't got nothing on my dad. That's not how a father behaves. Going forward, I think all we can do is be there for Mommy, hold her hand. If we're able, we empower her till the mess clears up and, just stand in the gap for her. If somebody could speak to Omomi, she is Mohbad's wife, to go and talk to the coroner through her lawyers and asked to bury her husband. It is her right as his wife. It is Liam's right as his son. Let's cut away sentiment. Baba Mohbad does not own that body. These people, one lay Josie Wunmi, there comes a time where you kick self-pity out of the window and stand up and face your greatest fears. You face the bullies in their eyes. You take back your power. Enough of the tears. You have a life depending on you, and that's Liam. Looking around you right now and things happening in your family, Wunmi, you have Liam and Liam has you. That's all you got. You need to get up, wear your big girl panties, and stand firm. Speak to your lawyer and tell them, I want to put my husband's house in order. Take control of the situation. You're 2 decades and a half old. You're no longer a baby. There comes a time when a woman says, enough is enough. Forget tradition. They are not using tradition with you. They are using the law courts. Use the law. Are you married to Mohbad traditionally? Yes. Do you have a kid for him? Yes. Wunmi, it's time for you to tell yourself some home truths. We have cried for 8 months. You have wept for 8 months. You've been through it. What else can they do to you? Your life has been threatened. Anasukwa, who lives in Newcastle. Anasukwa, if you think we don't have your address, I have your address. Your brother is Honorable Asukwa. There is no information that we do not have on you, Anasukwa. For you saying that the last resort will be jungle justice for Wunmi, we have you on record. I'm just saying that to you because I don't come out and say things that I don't mean. Any day you go to Nigeria and you will meet your own there because on the internet, you were there saying jungle justice. Meanwhile, you are sitting comfortably in Newcastle with your daughter Danielle. So, when I do investigations, I'm bad gone. That's why I don't look for trouble. You said jungle justice will be the last resort. Wunmi, I want people you beg. You're no longer a baby. Stir your jar and get ready to fight the greatest fight of your life. The bottom line is you are Mohbad's wife and Liam is his son. The time has come for you to take center stage. It is that time. What else can they do? What else can they say they haven't said? Wunmi, I say to do this to you, my darling. Good girls don't make history. It's the baddies that make history. You've been called a baddie. Girlfriend, pick up your crown, dust your feet, and show them what you're made of. You went to school. You can do something with your life. Because right now, all these people want is your head on a stick. And guess who is leading in the forefront? Josie, Aloba, the celebrity mourner, gospel artist, and a pathological liar. I'll stop here because I don't want to get emotional. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, good evening, everyone. Mr. Dawah has left. Okay, I just want to ask a question before I proceed. Please, was it ascertained that during the coroner inquest, if the injection that was given actually caused his actually contributed to his death?
They said it was probably an anaphylactic, I don't know how to say the words, it turns my tongue, reaction. But we are not, I don't know, did Dawah say the toxicology result came from America? Or it's not, it has come. So everything that showed in the bloodstream was normal. There was no abnormalities in the bloodstream.
In the bloodstream, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, I want to actually, I'm going to be focusing on Prime Boy. Number one, Prime Boy, I won't say you did wrong, and I won't say what you said today was right. I just want to tell you something. There's something they call evidence. If you don't have evidence to back whatever you say up, the joke is on you. You have a lot of testimony out there. You have a lot of narrative out there. The first time you came out, after the incident, after the fight, the following day you came out and you posted on your, Instagram, which you later delete. You deleted the post. You said in Yoruba, and I quote, "Ìwọ ló máa mọ bí tí ara ẹ kù sí." Ó dùn àwọn èèyàn wípé àwọn èèyàn screenshot ẹ̀, mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan máa screenshot ẹ̀. When the time comes, people will start bringing out evidence. The second video you made a video saying that the nigger was high. He was fighting everyone. Kiniko, Obamija. The second video you did, you said, Auntie Yahweh, they were fighting, but you did not know what actually caused the fight. Crime Boy, there was nothing like they were fighting from the house. Even the interview you had with TVC, Prime Boy, there was nothing like they were fighting from the house. You said, and I quote, that he was fighting his wife at the party. What caused the fight? You did not know. So now, you came to Inquest today. You were saying that they were fighting because of Liam, because of one girlfriend. They were fighting from the house because of one girlfriend that came to the party. If I want to be right. Because I don't understand that part. Secondly, you said something about Liam that Mohbad told you that he only had sex with Wunmi once rather. Prime Boy, you came to one of your live chats and you said, and I quote, that man gbé Wunmi wá sí ilé ẹ̀ dáadáa nígbà yẹn. You were dating Wunmi's friend and Mohbad didn't fẹ́ Wunmi. Èèyàn kan advice ẹ kí wọ́n fi ọ̀rẹ́ Wunmi sílẹ̀, ìwọ fi ọ̀rẹ́ Wunmi sílẹ̀. You now advised Mohbad to leave Wunmi. Mohbad told you òun ti gbọ́, but he went behind you to continue with Wunmi. Máa wá ń jẹṣẹ́ Wunmi ní ilé ẹ̀ dáadáa. Jọ, báwo ló ṣe di wípé ẹ̀ẹ̀kan ló bá sùn? And báwo ni personal life wọn, intimacy wọn, báwo ló ṣe kàn ẹ́? And another question is, were you present at their, baby shower? No. Were you at the naming ceremony? No. So, báwo ló ṣe mọ gbogbo kíní? Because you said, and I quote, ìwọ àti Mohbad ẹ ti kọ́kọ́ jà for more than 1 year. Kó tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá pè ẹ́ after tó bímọ. Prime Boy, make it make sense. Because it's now your word against each other now. Not even against anybody, not against Prime Boy. It's now your word against each other. And there's this video you posted calling Wunmi. No, one of the video they wanted to use against you and Wunmi then. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé o cooperate, tó ti sọ pé wọ́n lu bílíọ̀nù. Kó tó di wípé o cooperate pẹ̀lú wọn tẹ́jọ́ ń ṣe gbogbo narrative yìí. Ó ń pe Wunmi ní my best friend, my partner in crime. Right? Wọ́n dẹ̀ bára wọn sùn lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Àlàyé, make it make sense. That one aside. Mr. Josie, tó bá ní ẹ má ṣe tó bá ní àbí tó bá ní kó lọ mú bó ṣe ń rí wá bó ṣe ń rí náà rèé o. I said it today that all the cried, what's it called? The crocodile tears that you shed at the Coroner Inquest. Tí PA ń gbé kámẹ́rà sí yín lójú. Ẹ kò fi cover ni. Baba, where do we start from now? We, the anti-justice group, is asking you now, where do we start from? And if any of your supporters want to be truthful with themselves, if they want to be sincere, with all sincerity, if you people are actually fighting for the true cause, this is the high time for you people to be blunt with this man. This is the high time you people start, you people just need to start asking some questions. Because I know that you guys actually want Wunmi down so badly. Because I could hear one of you saying, oh, we lost. Ṣọ̀gbọ́n pé mi sì sọ lọ́sàn pé ayọ̀ yín ò bá yín kalẹ̀ rí. Dùnnú láàárọ̀ yìí rí kí ayọ̀ yẹn bá yín kalẹ̀ kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Ibẹ̀ lẹ ti máa mọ̀ wípé ìkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe kò ń ṣe ọ̀nà gidi àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n plant gbogbo yín sínú justice for Mohbad ni. Láti fi dá case rú. And I saw a post tonight from Darosha. I'm going to be blunt here tonight. Mr. Darosha, this is not the high time for any wasted 8 months after Kiniko. No. You were part of this whole thing. Tí gbogbo yín ò bá yọ family kúrò láàrin ọ̀rẹ́ lọ́jọ́ tí mo kú, we won't be here today. But you guys man up. Ẹ sáré ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ sáré yọ friends kúrò láàrin family. Ẹ gba kí ẹ tilẹ̀kùn ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe bó ṣe wù yín. Ẹ gbókù ẹ gbé lọ. Acting on Baba's instruction. Thinking that Baba will spare you people now. Ẹ ń bo Josie, ẹ ń bò. Post ìtarí, òun sọ síbẹ̀ àbí bóyá post tó ní wọ́n hack account ẹ̀, wọ́n sọ síbẹ̀ wípé you only drop money, kìnnìkan, ẹ sì tún bò. Now, ìgbà tó wá jẹ yín lójú mọ́lẹ̀, tó competition fún yín, báwo ló ṣe rí lára yín? Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ ti dìde, bí ìyá Mohbad ṣe dìde lọ́jọ́ because ọkùnrin ni tẹ́yìn náà ti yarí bí Wunmi ṣe lọ́mọ bàbá yẹn lẹ́sẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn táwọn Zlatan dìde everybody dìde tẹ́yìn ò support Mohbad láti máa mark boundary family. We won't be here today. Because I know very well, Darosha, tí bàbá Mohbad ò bá tray under the bus, bó ṣe ń parọ́ mọ́ ẹ kiri wípé ìwọ ló mọ̀ nípa pósí, you won't come out. You will never come out. Tí wọ́n bá kówó jọ lọ́dọ̀ wọn kí wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ rán ẹ lọ sẹ́wọ̀n, ò ní jáde. See where that has led us to now. So how do we go from here? Freedom has said it all. Mommy Dawah has said it all. We need to take our peace now. We need to take our peace now. His neck was bended, his leg was bended. due to the coffin they bought. You guys buried that boy like a chicken. Wọ́n lè bury chicken gan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. You guys buried that boy bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ wípé kò tún ní wáyé mọ́. Tó bá tún wáyé á tún máa tún ẹ pa. And as for Baba's team, thank God, àwa ọmọ Wunmi ó bá wọn níbi tó ti ń sin mọ́ òní. Ẹ lè sọ pé òun ló ra casket. Ẹ lè sọ pé Wunmi ló kọ ọrùn ẹ̀ sínú pósí. That same energy you were using to drag Omolomo, you better use it to start dragging Josie now. Because if you didn't bury that boy, possibility of having good results is sure and is 100%. If Baba Mohbad didn't bury that boy the following day, we will surely have a good and certainty result. Because I said it that day. His body fluid mixed with the rain. How do you want to do it, Baba Mohbad? Dodo ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́mọ yẹn sílẹ̀. Mo wo òkú yẹn lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀ mo ní báwo ló yẹ fẹ́ ṣe. Because for the face to have swollen, kí gbogbo ojú yẹn ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, báwo ni inú ṣe fẹ́ rí? Báwo ni inú ṣe fẹ́ rí? When they start dissecting, báwo ni wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ rí gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe? Because it's not all about physical autopsy alone. It's not all about physical examination. Nǹkan tó bá many part of the body tó ti wà inflamed, that means there is presence of infection, organism, oríṣiríṣi kan ti dé bá ara yẹn nìyẹn. Báwo la yẹ fẹ́ ascertain result? So that means it's going to be inconclusive. So okay, why won't say? Àwọn wo ló ń wá justice báyìí? Because now you people are trying to cover Josie up. Ẹ ti ń wá ọ̀nà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe rà because mo gbọ́ bọ̀bọ̀ kan bóyá winners lórúkọ ẹ̀ lónìí mo kàn ra gbé kúrò ní kódà pé lè wine state mi. Wọ́n ní wọ́n bend ọrùn ọmọ. And this man is still saying that this is what we are saying. Wunmi is there. Wunmi is not looking for justice for his husband. Please, how does that relate to wọ́n bend ọrùn? Ṣé ìmọ̀yàn tó bend ọrùn ni? Who gave the order? Who gave the order that they should squeeze that boy into that coffin? And if you could fake coffin rather, fake casket, bagi mogi, igi mango. And the coffin seller said, "Òun fi pósí hàn yín, pósí gidi hàn yín, ẹni no." Ta ló mọ̀ bóyá gbà tí Dàrú ṣáà drop owó tí yẹn lọ ntí ẹ padà lọ bá èèyàn tó ń ta coffee yẹn kó fún yín ní lesser one. And I think it is my personal opinion. Mo feel pé ibẹ̀ ni ọkọ Lọ́ládé ti wọlé. Ọkọ Lọ́ládé pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n prepare Mohbad fún burial. Ọkọ Lọ́ládé pẹ̀lú àwọn tó prepare Mo fún burial. Ibẹ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ Lọ́ládé ti wọlé. And what Josie is trying to do is that ìdí tí ó ṣe and èèyàn kan ti raise ẹ pé ìdí tí ó ṣe hammer lórí wípé wọ́n embalm ọmọ yẹn nìyẹn. He didn't want to go down alone. Ó yá o, kí ni gbogbo petition yín tún ibo ló já sí? Court has clarified it that Mohbad was not embalmed. So how do we go from here? How do we go from here? So ibẹ̀ láti gbọ́dọ̀ dìde. We need to start níbi tá a dé yìí. A gbọ́dọ̀ dìde. Àwọn ti ṣe tiwọn sẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ti ná owó, wọ́n ti ṣe tiwọn. Time yìí, we need every support, every encouragement tó máa take Wunmi because she can't do this on her own. No. Because number one, is she emotionally strong? I'm not sure. She needs all the support. Let's put DNA aside. Ẹ ti gbọ́ kan tí George yẹn sọ fún pé we are not here because of DNA. Let's put that one aside. Ọlọ́mà fà yẹn. Let's face the reality now because àti kọ́kọ́ rí one factor. Wípé his neck was bent. Kí ló dé? And why did you bury that boy? Why? And in your statement, Baba, oh, ma sọ wípé ẹ gbọ́mọ yẹn lọ police station. No. So, Baba, your word against each other now. So, after maybe the next coroner inquest, maybe they will conclude everything and close the inquest. Let's just be hopeful. Because I am court. Because there are a lot of unanswered questions. There are a lot of hidden facts on this case. Àwọn ẹbí ìkọ̀kọ̀ wà tí wọ́n máa ń pè ní ẹ má fẹ́ bí tò, ẹ má fẹ́ bí tò. Tá bá rí òótọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ. À ń gbé kóòtù wá dọ̀rẹ́, ó ti gbé wa débi tá a dé báyìí. Tí Jòsí ò bá jẹ ojú àwọn tó jẹ ojú ẹ̀ yẹn, we won't be here today. Wọ́n sì máa sọ wípé kò sí nǹkan kan náà ni wọ́n ní dá wa lóhùn. Tẹ́ mo mọye weeks tá fi pariwo. Rosha, pé àwọn nǹkan míì tá à ń gbọ́ ń sìn pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ lọ police station. Òun ló fún wọn lọ́dà kọ́kọ́ gbọ́mọ yẹn lọ sílé. Ó ti mọ̀ kí ìyá Mohbad tó mọ̀. Ìdí tó yẹ sọ fún ìyá Mohbad pé òun ò ní padà sílé nìyẹn. Tó fi ń sọ wípé spirit òun sọ fún òun pé ọmọ yẹn ti kú. Ó ti mọ̀. Prime boy náà tún ń pè lọ lọ́nà. Ó ti mọ̀ everything. So Aries on that, kudos to you. Ọlọ́run á máa fún yín lágbára láti lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ tiyín tá fi máa rí òótọ́. A lot of hidden facts ṣì máa jáde because I think maybe Darosha is ready to bust everything. Kò wojú èèyàn kankan mọ́. Ṣé bóun ni? Ẹ sọ òótọ́ yín, say your truth, say your truth. Ṣé o pé Jòsí rán anybody ni? This morning, tó bá yẹ pé ó mọ̀ ẹ́ pé nǹkan tí ó máa bá jáde ní court lónìí ni, kò ní sọ nǹkan tó sọ yẹn wípé wọ́n lo àdúrà and he doesn't care. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ìyá òun ni wọ́n mú, tó bá jẹ́ pé òun náà ni wọ́n found guilty, kóun lọ kí wọ́n lọ sẹ́wọ̀n. So Josie, if Adura is almost here.
Effie, if Adura has a case to answer concerning that, Josie also has a case to answer.
That's it. Adura, no. Kini case Adura? Oh, the court has said it already. There was no embalmment.
Sure, competition now, so they should also know that. And he will be asked those questions in the criminal court why he got the bricklayer to put the concrete on the grave.
That one is confirmed, like. And I thank God Falana was present at the court today. He was present. So they will actually expand their findings. They will expand it and bring out some facts out of it. And I know that Wunmi has a lot of evidence with her. You people, that's why Wunmi is not coming out. That's why Wunmi ti jáde before today. Ẹ ti máa mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ fún yín. Ṣé ti rí nǹkan tó ń pè ní power of silence. Wunmi gbọ́n ju gbogbo yín lọ. Ẹ̀yin rò pé ọmọ yẹn gọ̀. Listen, we can quote more than 26 story tí Josie ti sọ. Mélòó lẹ fẹ́ ní Wunmi sọ, ó jáde ó pọkọ ẹ̀ ní nígà. Kí ló tún kù? Ó ní they have paid him. Kí ló tún kù? Ó ti tán. But we will keep going. Oh, Tobani Kamaso, Josie once said, we will say a lot of things. See Josie Tiso. And the bombshell is still dropped today. Information I was told that the baby's air, one foul rear. So that means you didn't see your son. That was the gist he brought out today. Do you think we are daft? Sure, you can't manipulate anybody again. Even this evening, in Bito Post or Crime Boy, see, everybody fin share ni pe iwo e won ti sure.
If you're sorry to cut you again, please, I forgot about this place. Remember that they're donating for Prime Boy as well.
They are donating. They need to donate for him. He need a son.
Yep.
He will need a son.
Please, can you give me time? Can you let me give my submission? I want to sleep, please. I'm so sorry.
Ma, I'm almost. I will round up soon.
Okay.
Because I also waited for my time. So, to just like to finalize everything, because I want to sleep also. Please, let's all come together. Time Tito, láti wá ṣe iṣẹ́ yẹn sìn. Gbogbo ètò ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ preamble ni. This time around, what we should be saying now is, who gave the order? Please. When it's time for DNA, we will talk about DNA. But now, who gave the order? Nǹkan tá ní interest nínú ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night, darling.
Thank you. My own submission about this new Coroner inquest is that, I will first want to talk to Wunmi, because even we that are not Mohbad relative, as a result of the outcome of the Coroner inquest today, we're all done, and the description of how Mohbad body was mutilated, it was so emotional. I know we will not be in a good place right now. We the mother, people that love Mohbad, they will not be in a good place tonight. So I pray that God will continue to strengthen me, Mama Mohbad, and everyone that love Mohbad, that will comfort them, and and raise the spirit of Mohbad. Nǹkan tẹ́mi rí níbi ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Mohbad yìí ni wípé, this Mohbad death is really a conspiracy, because right from beginning, just like béèyàn kan náà ṣe sọ earlier, bí oríbi téèyàn ti ń kú ní òjò, even Muslims tí wọ́n máa ń sin àwọn èèyàn wọn ní òjò, wọ́n á sin wọ́n sì fi. When my mom died, when we buried her, I was like, as they should do the slates, as in this marble. They should do the marble. My cousin was telling me, no, I wanted that to do another 6 months, because of the grave needs to be, how they say, before Takato Washe. She understands. So me too repeat one thing sin tọ́lẹ̀ tún concrete lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. So that day when that man was doing it, I said this man is, for him to have done what he had beneath. Because he knew what he was doing. But Mohbad, bury evidence. No, it's not good. They said Baba no palm, but all indication pointed to that fact. Sí Mohbad lára tí ọmọ yẹn fi kú, ó ní ọwọ́ sí, as in that's my own opinion. as in what I nǹkan tí mo ń rí òbí bàbá yẹn ó mọ one or two things. This the outcome of this of the toxicology and autopsy is not the end of this justice for Mohbad. I think now, see, I remember badly those that she should sue Baba Mohbad because Baba Mohbad was the one that tampered with the evidence. Mohbad body was the evidence that was needed for the cause of his death, not the paternity, not the DNA of Liam. Mohbad body. And this man took the body, buried it, and concrete it. That means even the authority should know there's something. Now, the way they were describing the situation they met Mohbad, it was so horrible. Ní ìlú tí a wà yìí, tí ajá wọn bá kú, wọ́n máa sìn. Kódà wọ́n ti àwọn there are some obsessed animal obsessed people. They will do funeral for their dogs when they die. When they die. Òun ló máa ní ẹ fún ẹgbẹ́ síta ẹgbẹ́ ṣàbẹ̀ kọ́ ṣàbà dàbí bóyá even the casket they bought, it was not because mo fẹ́ fi bu àṣírí ọmọ yẹn. Ó mọ̀ wípé it will be televised. So let them see it that at least wọ́n gbé ó sì lọ sí ibi tó fẹ́ sin sí. That was why he bought that. He would have just thrown the boy, just throw him into a dungeon. Kábẹ́ kì í ṣe wípé bóyá ọmọ yẹn ó ní ìràwọ̀ jẹ́ celebrity tó dẹ̀ pọ̀ máa televise ayé social media táwa ni. That was why he was ló ṣe rọra mú igi méjì yẹn ló fi ṣe because ìgbà tó dé èèyàn ò burú kò sí bó ṣe lè máa mọ̀ tó èèyàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ó kú ó dẹ̀ sọ pé òun mọ̀ you want to kì í ṣe pé owó kọ́ ni problem owó ẹ̀dẹ̀ kan wọ̀n ní kó mú wá lápò ẹ̀ wọ́n fún ẹ lówó wọ́n fún ẹ ní 2 million naira láti fi ra pósí kódà kó jẹ́ private cemetery ló fẹ́ sin ọmọ yẹn sí wàá ṣì rí private cemetery tí 2 million yẹn tó máa ká. So that man, he never loved that boy. Never have the ability to love. The only thing tó ṣe súnmọ́ Mohbad was because owó ti wà lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn ó ń rí nǹkan gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ìgbà tí kò sí nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn kò mọ ibi tọ́mọ yẹn wà náà. According to the testimony tí a rí kò mọ ibi tó wà kò mọ ilé tọ́mọ yẹn ń gbé. He knows nothing about the boy. Ọmọ yẹn ti kúrò ní láti age 17. Ọ̀sùn tó ti rí pé òkè wọn náà ti sáà mọ́ mi sí Naira Marley owó tí ń dé nìyẹn ló ṣe ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan àdúrà tí ògùn ẹ̀ ò tí ì yọ ṣé does he care about him ṣebí ìyá tó bí Mohbad fún náà ló bí àdúrà fún kábà pé bóyá torí pé ìyàwó yàtọ̀ ló ṣe show love sẹ́nìkan ni ò ṣe show love sẹ́nìkan. kankan nínú wọn tó bá jẹ́ bàbá gan tí ká pé ó jẹ́ bàbá tó
Our
nífẹ̀ẹ́ ọmọ
network
ni
is not that
irú
good.
trauma tó tún expose blessing ọmọ firstborn ni ẹ̀yẹn sí kájẹ́ pé àwọn bàbá tó jẹ́ àwọn bàbá gidi àwọn òbí tí wọ́n ń ràgà bú ọmọ ni kò ní expose.
You should just let another person go. Our network is bad.
But because pé ìkà ni kò care, he's a selfish person, kò care nípa any other person. Ló ṣe tún nísìn àbúrò èèyàn kú. That one is still in our body. Drama lọ lórí ìyẹn ọ̀tọ̀. Ó tún wá ní kó tún lọ dúró síbi tó ti máa mutilate àbúrò ẹ̀. Not even a fresh body. Bọ́dì tó pé ìwọ fún rẹ̀ o ti lọ bọ́lẹ̀. Ọlọ́run pàtó agbára ẹsẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó tún wá gbé òkúta lé láyà. Wùmí dẹ̀ sọ white aṣọ sínú kinní láti signify ìfẹ́ tó ní sí ọkọ ẹ̀. Ó ń gbé káàkiri pé àdó ló sọ sínú grave. Meanwhile òkúta ni wọ́n gbé sí àyà ọmọ yẹn pé kó máa gbé lọ sọ́run. Àwọn èèyàn máa sin lọ́ọ̀bù wọn, wọ́n wá kó góòdù sí wọn lọ́rùn, wọ́n á wọ aṣọ dáadáa sí wọn lára. Oríṣiríṣi kan tó bá ní ìdìbí táwọn ẹlòmíràn obsessed with their death tó kan tó bá láìkì wọ́n tún gbé sínú bó ṣe bó wọ́n tẹ̀ nílò wọ́n tẹ̀ sí pé o lè show how much love they have for them.
He's searching.
Ó máa ṣì ní human feelings lára ká tó wá ní ọmọ tó bí. Àwọn tó kì í ṣàwọn alábí àmọ́ bó ṣe ń rí lára wa ká tó wá ní pé ìwọ ló bí ọkọ díẹ̀ ló fi bí. Ló tẹ̀ dájú ẹ̀bẹ́ yẹn ẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn àwọn tó bá bí lọ sí ẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn yẹn wọ́n máa ń dájú. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé yìí one or two people or three people gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n jọ wà nínú ẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn burúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni torí ẹni ọdún ṣe dájú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Can you imagine John Danda sọ kan wípé ó ní jungle justice ló máa ṣe fún Wunmi for what? For what? Rí ìbọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bá ọ̀bẹ lọ́wọ́ toxicology àwọn tó ní knowledge jù wá lọ wọ́n ti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. They didn't find anything suspicious pé láti ọdún ẹ̀ ló máa ti wá. They didn't find it in the system and yes you still insist that. She will go through court. She has been with her husband for like 10 years. When this guy was building his fortune, they were building it together. Come fair go, and for the fact they want it fair, come and be more from God self. Toku as his wife. She has rights to that guy's property. Be applicable in Nigeria as well. Come and be more from God self. Not to talk of people who have been more from. To have a party. To fẹ́ parẹ́ lórí nǹkan tí òun mọ̀ tàtà àmọ́ yẹn tí wọ́n ń jìyà fún. You know nothing about you don't know anything to us. When owó díẹ̀ wá sọ́wọ́ wọn ló rọjú dé. Continue live life where and even when this boy died, maybe from the contract that you had, you already buried him. So what are we saying? So kí àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa kí wọ́n jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run. This case must not listen. It's just that because of his foolishness, he has exonerated the nurse, because you so theory kan, and I reason with it. I mean, people sharing here, but. Contact àwọn ará bí àwọn ọmọ tẹpá ńkọ́ ló ti contact wọn pé òun ti ṣe ètò òun ti pe nọ́ọ̀sì máa wá ní ọjọ́ báyìí o káwọn yẹn náà ti lọ pàdé nọ́ọ̀sì lọ́nà nǹkan tó yé èèyàn mọ̀ that one is not found, so it has not been classified. It's just my own thoughts and what I heard from other people words of mouth. But then platform náà ló ń sọ pé bí bàbá ṣe ń lọ lu àti bàbá pera yín ló pe bàbá léèrè pé ṣọ́ ti débẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe mọ̀ ìgbà tó fẹ́ lọ gbé ẹrù ẹ ó pe Wùnmí ó ṣe jẹ́ bí bàbá ló pè nígbà tí wọ́n lára ọ̀rẹ́ òyà tí kò máa ṣe pé bí àkọ́kọ́ wà láàrin yín ìgbà tó lóun gbàgbé ẹrù ẹ sínú mọ́tò tó lọ gbé nígbà tí wà tí Mohbad jàtọ̀ ó pe Wùnmí ló pè ó fẹ́ wá gbẹ́rù ẹ. Now let's assume kó wá gbọ́ pé àwọn lára Mohbad ò yá o ìjàtajà lánàá o kìíní yẹn ó ti affect ẹ o ó ṣe wá jẹ́ pé bàbá ló wá pè tó bẹ́ẹ̀ pé bàbá dẹ̀ ló pè àwọn máa ní nǹkan tá a ṣe iṣẹ́ ti jẹ́ o bí bàbá ló pè ó ṣe pé wọn ni bàbá pè náà bàbá ní kò sẹ́ni ọ̀wọ́ tó pè mú ọmọ kọ́kọ́ with new testimony. Àgbọ̀ wípé bàbá ní wọ́n kọ́kọ́ pé bàbá kan ti wà lọ́sítù. Hospital ni bàbá wà nígbà tí Mohbad ń pè é pé wọ́n mà ní ara ọmọ wa ò yá. Kò dé sọ fún Mohbad pé àwọn ti wà lọ hospital òun ti gbọ́. Why do you have to keep it? Tí kò bá ṣe pé bẹ́ẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Those are the line of inquiry tí àwọn government wa àwọn prosecutors ẹ̀ tó máa tó, and I know they know. But kọ́tà ìwà pé ọlọ́pàá sí kò ní dá sí. So ẹ jọ tí Wunmi bá ń gbọ́, I will employ her. This cheating is just too much. The worst that they can do, òun náà lọ ti ṣe yẹn, just like Don Dada said, wọ́n lè pa ẹ́. For the past 8 months, wọ́n ti ń sọ oríṣiríṣi theory jáde. Oh, you are still standing, you and your child, you and your son. So kò sí nǹkan mi tó lè ṣe mọ́. Wọ́n ní ojú àfọ̀tọ́ ìjà ló máa ń dálẹ̀. Bàbá ó sọ pé ìjà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Bàbá ti dá ogún lẹ̀. So you have to fight it to the end. Àwọn èèyàn bàbá ló sọ wípé now that wọ́n ti toxicology ti exonerate ẹ, wọ́n sọ wípé jungle justice ló kù. That means kábẹ́ àwọn ni kábẹ́ wọ́n ti ọ̀rọ̀ sọ wípé substances kan wà tó dàbí poison but it's not much. They are ready to send you down, but there was nothing of such. So they are ready to kill you. So wọ́n náà kò sí pé bóyá mi ò fẹ́ bí bàbá ọkọ mi lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́. Bàbá ọkọ mi rẹ́dí àti pa mí dandan kó tó pa ní èmi náà máa pa. Èmi sì kéré, òun aláìtóhun tí lò, èmi ò tí lò. Kóhun máa lọ. Kó tó rán mi lọ sẹ́wọ̀n, kóhun náà lọ lò èyí tó kù nínú ayé ẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n. So we advise you, take the necessary action. Take your case to your lawyers. Let them advise you. You have good case. You have good case. Plenty evidence. You have it. Evidence yóò ṣe pé bóyá èèyàn kan ló doctor. Wọ́n máa rí live and direct. Ibi tí bàbá ti ń sọ oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀ ni bàbá náà nobody forced him. He was not under duress. It was not even a police interview. He was the one that would set ring light and begin to say all the testimonies we are going to use against him. No funny penny. You cannot escape. So, those are the things you will play in the court.
Can you hear me?
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Please start your round off so that the next person will talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my submission, and to the prime boy, you know, it's just unfortunate. Me too, I'm going to so Funru Amoya is just so rash. In share to ki Mohbad say my parent in the first place. Then lastly, but then I was not able to come up. You know, just let me leave it. Thank you, and that's my submission. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Who's next, please?
The document you want
Dukia.
Mohbad to sign, and
I visit Effie.
you will send it over his rest.
Hello.
I'm here, ma.
Effie, you're next to talk.
No, I just
Spoke. You just spoke, right?
I did.
Okay,
I did
liberation.
before Mommy Emishi too.
Liberation.
Hello, everybody. Akilo ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣe ti gbàgbé mi ni ṣé mi ò ní give submission. Like ṣe ti fẹ́ yọ mí set.
I think I have to go now. Thank you everybody for watching. We meet again tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye.